You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Man,
You better get them, Lord.
Y'all rushing me.
Before I get them,
I ain't coming
Lord.
on camera.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to my girl, Arlisha, my girl. I'm not coming on camera because y'all rushing me and whatever. Whatever. I don't have to come on camera. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody that is here. I love y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like, please. Happy holidays. I love you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? So guys, I'm here and I'm queer. And I am not coming on camera because I don't have to. I don't have to, whatever. Leave me alone. I don't have to come on camera. I don't want to. Ain't no lights on or nothing. So it's just like whatever. Like whatever. Just let me live. Can I live? Can I breathe? Welcome everyone. I hope you guys are having a good day. As I said before, happy holidays. We are talking about something. We want to see you. So Melanie. So people want a lot of stuff. What Lysandra, come on, what? Baby Shay, no. Cammy, no. Oh my God. No. Oh God, this is a shame. I can't just get into the show. It's a shame. Yes, it's a lot of people lying, girl. It's a lot of people lying, girl. Hold on. I don't. Why do I gotta come on camera? Like, I just want to give y'all the news and I just want to leave because y'all was rushing me. Me and my churn almost got killed earlier by drivers out here in Minnesota. It's crazy out here. And they almost took me and my churn off the planet. And we was just sitting at a stop sign. That's all we was doing, Lord. Just sitting there at a stop sign, minding our business. Okay. And this car just came flying at us. I'm just like, oh my God, this is it. It's been great. I grab them all. Like I grab as many of them as I can. And this has been great. It was crazy. Turn this light on. It was crazy. It was crazy. This car just came out of nowhere. Literally, we come from the mall. We just sit there at the stop sign. La 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 la. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, no. I'm like, so I just sit there because I mean, it's like, what do you do? It's like, what do you do? Because you're basically driving on ice. So it's just like, I'm just gonna sit here, Lord, and whatever, what's going to happen. All my kids had their seatbelts on, and all of them were screaming. Because I'm like, no! Look, guys, this has been incredible. This has been great. But we still here, y'all. We made it. We made it. I didn't think we was gonna make it. Everything, birth, everything start flashing in front of me because literally we're just sitting there. But we're all fine. The kids are shooken up. Oh well, that's what they get. That's what they get. And ain't nothing like life to teach you a lesson because they was being bad. They was being bad. So I use them type of lessons as whoopings. Because you know I put my hands on my churn. So yes, I rubbed it in. I said, see why you should listen to me? See? This right here. I just saved all of y'all. I just saved all of y'all. Because that car could have hit us. The only reason they hit us is because I'm here. That is the only reason. That is the only reason. See why I should make your bed up this morning? See why I tell you to stop talking back to me? Yeah. Yeah, because this could happen. This could happen. But I could also make it happen. You know how this car just came flying in front of us? We could be the car flying. If y'all sit still, if y'all listen to me, stop bickering. Because I promise you, I will whip this mother. So yeah, here, Flip. We could be the car that's doing all flying. We could be that car. Okay? So sit still. Sit still. So here, Flip. So I love y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just had to turn the camera. I really didn't want to, but whatever. So let's get into this case. Okay. Now there's a lot of people. Y'all see jurors is getting heated with the jurors, y'all. It's heating up. It's getting heated. And then Megan the Stallion, plans to sue YouTubers and blogs. So I said, Megan girl, are you suing me, girl? Are you suing me, Megan girl? Are you suing me, girl? Are you mad? Are you mad, Megan? So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into Megan and, you know, as a Black woman, you know, not being believed, all this, oh, girl. So we're going to get into that. And we're also going to get into this lie, Lord, that people running around with talking about the jury is done deliberating and that 2 counts Tori was found not guilty on and 1 count he was, all of the complete lie. Okay. Let me show y'all how this is a lie. Let me pull this up because y'all know my messing. Let me pull this up right quick. Hold on, let me drop her. Shout out to my boo Arlisha. That's my girl. We love her. Let me pull this up right quick. So, oh yeah, I posted on my IG. I just pulled it on my IG. Boom. Okay, right here. So let me add that onto the screen. So there are blogs going around, and there's others. This is not the only one. Shout out to No Jumping or Jumper. He should stop jumping because that is not true. Well, I don't know University Team every girl. I don't know, girl. So look, y'all. Tory Lanez found not guilty of 2 charges, only charged for GUN possession. Okay, that's not true. And you want to know how I know that? Because the jurors are still deliberating. And not only are they still deliberating, where is it? You know, I like to come with a good receipt. Boom. Good afternoon. Okay. LASC Public Info. Okay. It says, good afternoon, jurors. In the case of People versus Daystar Peterson, notified the court at 1:45 p.m. They had a question. They requested readback of Sean Kelly's full testimony from the prosecution and defense. Parties have waived their appearance for the reporter to read back the testimony back in court. It wasn't the jury room, my fault. The court reporter is currently reading the testimony back. Okay, so this was today. This is an hour or 2 ago or so. Okay, like 12 hours ago. So again, they're still deliberating. It is not over. So for the people that are going around stating that is a complete lie. It would be big. It would be massive. I don't know why people always want to be first, because that's just what it gives. Like, I would rather be correct and last than first and wrong. You know, like that's what, you know, because people don't like to take their word back. You know, they love to run around and, you know, I'm telling the truth. I'm a truth teller. You know, why would I lie to y'all? You know, and stuff like that. But then lie to us. And then when they lie to us, you know, they look at it as, oh, I was given misinformation. Then you need to tell your audience that. You need to tell your audience that. You don't get to come forward and state false information and then just walk away like you didn't just state false information. Like earlier, I stated that the courthouse was closed on Friday and Monday. I had to go correct myself because I read too much. I was reading stuff. I was doing too much. I was supposed to being a father, saving my children's life from cars. You know, I was doing a lot. Okay, so I'm literally walking through the mall like this. Oh yeah, baby, that's cute. Yeah, get that. No, that's too short. Multitasking. Okay, so I'm in dad mode. All right, I am in dad mode. All right, so I went and edited it like, oh okay, it's still closed on Monday though. It's still closed on Monday. It's still closed on Monday. I was 80% right, Lord. So I didn't gotta come back and I didn't lie, but did I lie? No, I didn't lie. I just read it too fast. That's all. So because the judge gonna get him the whole day tomorrow. If they need the whole day tomorrow to deliberate, he gonna give them the whole day. And if they don't come up with a verdict before the court closes and whatnot, I'm assuming, because I don't know if they get to stay after hours. I have no idea. But when they are released, they're not going to make them come back because obviously the court's closed on Saturday and Sunday, and then Sunday is a holiday. So then Monday, everybody get their still day off, right? Here, flip it. So gays. So I just read it too fast, y'all. But I came and I changed it. I did what I needed to do. Okay. So but these people, that's how they try to treat coming loud saying, so I ain't saying nothing about no verdict or nothing like that. Because I go live and be like, oh, look, y'all. Okay, I said it was a verdict because these people did, and I showed y'all that these people said it, and these people is wrong. So that means that I'm wrong too. So sorry. Yes, I say with attitude. I come say sorry and be like, my information was correct, but I'm saying it with an attitude. And I'm only saying sorry once. I'm not going to keep apologizing to y'all for what? Like, I'm pretty much right. Here, flip. I'm pretty much right. Who is Chuck? Fuck a Chuck. Y'all ain't got to tell him that. Get rid of him. What y'all waiting for? Get rid of him. Fuck a Chuck. Like, get rid of him. And to stop saying bye to him, no, literally, get him out of my life. Moderators, get him out of my life. Can we hurry, please? I love you guys. It's multiple of y'all sitting in this comments that I see that disagree with him. And no. Get rid of him. 3 of y'all already voted that y'all don't like him. Get rid of him. Gross. Y'all know y'all run things. My moderators be running things. They be running things. And y'all are mad. And y'all are mad. So yeah, here, flip. They are still deliberating. That is what the jury is doing. So guys, let's get back into what I just put up on the screen. That's proof, because I ain't no lie, because I be putting up proof. Hashtag fuck a Chuck. Boom. Oh, not that. That we're gonna get into you though. But yeah, okay, so now look, y'all. It says, good afternoon. Jurors in the case of People versus Daystar Peterson notified the court at 1:45 p.m. Okay, they had a question. Okay, they had a question, Lord, and they requested read back of Sean Kelly's full testimony. Okay, from prosecution and defense. So they want his testimony read back from when the prosecution questioned him and when the defense team questioned him. Okay, they want it all read back. Okay, so somebody must be disagreeing on this if they want to read back, because obviously somebody in there like, didn't you hear what he said? Like, why you? So, and it's probably the girl that was in court like this, the pretty black girl, the one that got in the court, the elevator with Tori, the one that the juror that was like this, the whole hair flip trial, So it's probably like, didn't you hear? Like you ain't hear what he has said? You didn't hear that? You remember that? You remember that? So obviously she didn't remember that. So I think it's her. I have no idea, but I think it's her. And they had a disagreement, all right? So for the court transcriptor, the court lady, for her to have to come back in there, the reporter, for her to have to come back in there and read, back the testimony complete, both to them, then that means there has to be a disagreement. Somebody's disagreeing about something that Sean Kelly said. Because Sean Kelly's testimony is the most important testimony, because unfortunately, Megan, he is more credible than you. He has nothing to gain out of this situation. And he's just a witness, a literal witness, to seeing what happened. And he wasn't an intoxicated witness like Megan or Tori or Kelsey. And again, Tori did not testify. So he doesn't really matter. But when it comes to the people that did testify, out of all of them, that testify, because when you testify about something, your story's going to be a little fuzzy, you know, trying to remember, like it's, you know, you want to make sure, because you don't want to be lying, you feel a lot of pressure, you know, and stuff like that. You feel all these people looking and staring at you, waiting for you to talk with pens and stuff, writing out everything that you say. So it could be, you know, very intimidating to have to testify, especially in a case this big. You know, that was a full courtroom every day, full. It was up to capacity at all 9 days. You know, so again, that could be very nerve-wracking, but it doesn't mean that a person's lying. So with his testimony, I feel, and you got to think about all of the people that testified. There are so many people, Kelsey, all of them, they all testified before Sean Kelly. So if they're to the point to where they're having a disagreement about Sean Kelly's testimony, then in my opinion, they must have cleared everybody else's on the way to him, because why would they just jump, you know, so many testimonies to get to his? You know, you got doctors, surgeons, and whatnot, and police officers and detectives, and, you know, so many people that testified Megan's testimony. You got so many people that testified, but y'all on a disagreement when it comes to Sean Kelly's. So that means they must have dealt with, you know, pretty much went through everybody else, just like, yeah, they lying, in my opinion. I don't feel like the jury necessarily believes Megan's account. That I feel like, to me, more of the jury is persuaded that Tori did do it, but they don't believe Megan's testimony because it's so different from, except Tori, because Tori didn't testify. But Kelsey was there, completely different story than Megan's. So those are only two testimonies that they can link, you know, together, because Quan, although at court, did not testify, and he was there as well. So again, because in court is about what you can prove, not what the streets is saying, what the prosecutor and the defense team is saying. That's what we're going off of once you hit court. Nothing else matters. It's, you know, legal now. So again, because if we living up to the streets, you know, he did it because that's what Megan said. You know, that in the story, but they're at court. So again, if they are already to Sean Kelly's testimony, I believe that they are far, like, so I don't think it's going to take a long time for them to come up with a verdict. I think that as crazy as this case has been, I'm sure the jury is annoyed and just wants this to be over. But you know, you still got to do it the right way. You can't just say something just to leave. You got to, you know, we all have to be unanimous, you know, type of situation. All of us have to be pretty much, not everybody, but because you can overrule certain people. So again, and so the parties have waived their appearance for the reporter to read back the testimony back in the jury room, right? The court reporter is currently reading the testimony back, all right? So again, if they are already all the way to Sean Kelly's part of the testimony, to where there's a disagreement, meaning like they can't move on until there's certain things with his testimony are established, that is telling me one of two things, or it could be saying both, that Sean Kelly is the only person that testified that the jury truly believes. That's why I believe there's an argument when it's coming to it, because again, he's really the only credible testimony that we have, because Megan and then Kelsey's testimony before the incident that occurred in front of Sean Kelly's house doesn't matter, because he wasn't there. All that matters is what he saw, and he saw the reason of everybody being there, which allegedly the pounding. So again, I do think with all of the evidence that has been submitted, you know, certain text messages and stuff like that, I don't feel that it was necessarily enough. Again, I don't know where it's. I have no idea with these three charges what Tori's going to be found guilty. I have no idea. I'm just as curious as y'all are, because this could go either way. Like, it really could. It's like up in the air at this moment. In my opinion, who do I think did it? Tori. In my opinion, I feel like it was Tori. I mean, it just is what it is. I do feel that way. Again, and one of the main reasons why I think it's Tori is because if you think about it, remember the text messages because we're going to get into Megan and suing and whatnot. But I did want to put out there that there is no verdict in. That is a lie. That is not true. No verdict is in. So, Kelsey did it. Do I think Kelsey fired that weapon? Yes. Do I think Kelsey fired the weapon at the time to where it injured Megan? No, I don't. But do I think she had her? Yeah, I do. I think she may have fired that weapon. I do. Mm-hmm. Drunk, just like everybody else out there, drunk, and she's just getting mollywopped by Megan, and whatnot. And then you got Tori running up on you too, allegedly. I could see that her, taking a weapon, and then Tori grabbing her from her, and then because the man, I do believe Sean Kelly when he states that Tori had that weapon and that Tori used that, well, not weapon, because he didn't say he saw weapon, he saw the flash from the muzzle flash or whatever. So he did state that. He never said like I saw this type of weapon, and he didn't do that. But he did say I saw the little man, the little guy, the toddler. I did see a 5T out there with flashes. I saw that. I saw that. Another reason why I feel like Tori did it is because with Sean Kelly's testimony, Sean states that when he saw the little guy with the weapon, after that is when Meg was on the ground. Meg was not crawling when the girl had the weapon in her hand. She was not. She started crawling until the little guy had it. I definitely paid attention to that because even him stating that the flash was closer to the girl, Megan was standing up. Megan wasn't on the ground. She wasn't on the ground. So again, even if Kelsey did fire that weapon, I don't feel like it hit Meg. I don't. After the little guy, when the little guy had the weapon, after that is when Megan was on the ground, and then they all went over there. They all, the driver, Tori, and when a little person had it, he never, hold on. He never at one point in time stated that, because he said the girls got out the car and the girls were fighting. No, he didn't say nothing about Megan crawling on the ground. None of that. Even with the weapon firing, he never said, when the flash was closer to the girl, he never said Megan was on the ground. He never said that. He did not. When the girl was on the ground was after I don't feel like he even saw her fall to the ground. I feel like she was on the ground is that all of them picked her up and put her in the car. The little guy had been firing again. So that's why he never said the little guy pow her, because he didn't see it. He didn't see it. But he did say that he saw a flash and it was closer to the girl, but it doesn't mean that Kelsey had the weapon. They were all in close proximity. All three of them, Kelsey, Tori, and Megan. They were all in close proximity. So it could have been Tori that had the weapon. That was not distinguished in who had the weapon. So to just jump and say that Kelsey did it, and that's fine. So Tori didn't do it. I have no idea. I'm not going to say for a fact that I know, but from that testimony, I feel like Tori did it. From the testimony that Sean Kelly gave. Now, if Sean Kelly didn't give it, then I'd be like, I don't know. I mean, although Megan said it, I feel like that's the reason I know that Tori did, because again, regardless of what was going on afterwards, if Megan said that that's who she saw being intoxicated and all, because that would be a highlight. Because again, when you're intoxicated, you don't remember everything, but you do remember highlights. And when something big happens, you remember, from it. So I'm not going to say Megan was completely out of her mind. She has no idea what she's talking about. I'm not going to say that at all. So with Megan saying that Tori pow her, to me, that is enough. But when it's at a court of law, it's completely different, because now you got to prove it. And she didn't say it from jump. If she would have just said it from jump, then there would necessarily be like no reasonable doubt. you know, in my mind, but she didn't, you know, so that does leave people minds to wonder, you know, well, what did happen? You know, because you can't come forward and say, as a Black woman, you're not protected, but you're protecting a Black man that did something to a Black woman, which would be you, Megan. So again, very confusing. So at the end of the day, with my opinion, with Sean Kelly's testimony, because he's the only believable testimony, and when Kelsey came in September and gave her testimony to prosecution, Sean Kelly had no idea of what Kelsey had said to the prosecution. How does their stories match? That's weird, because when Kelsey spoke to prosecution in September, she said Tori did it. She did. She said that Tori did it. And then she got into court stating that she couldn't remember. That's why the 80-minute interview was played. And in that interview, she states that it was not her, it was Tori that did that. And Tori also assaulted her in the process. How does Sean Kelly, get on the stand and basically reiterate a lot of what Kelsey said in her initial statement to prosecution? That's so weird. Like, I'm like, well, and then again, Sean Kelly has nothing to gain out of this. He has nothing to gain. Nothing. He don't know these people. He looked out the window and saw four niggas. 4 Blacks is what he saw. He didn't look out the window and see Megan, Tori. He don't know these people. He has no idea who they are. Probably even still to this day. Barely know who they are. You know, so, and that was a very upscale neighborhood. $1 million, you know, millions upon millions in the neighborhood all of this happened in. So again, these are a lot of white collar, blue collar people that, you know, don't, and older, you know, that don't really pay attention, you know, to what's going on with the Megan Thee Stallion. So with him getting up there stating that what Kelsey said, I'm like, well, I feel like he's telling the truth. That's just what I'm getting. And he never said who popped who. He just said, I saw the flash come from this person. This girl was kicking people when she was in the car. When they grabbed her so aggressively. I thought they were about to throw her in the river, you know, all of that. So there was a lot going on. There absolutely was. So again, you're leaving some key parts out telling it. I'm really not. like I'm really not, because again, the story is everywhere. And everybody's lying. I mean, no, besides Sean Kelly, everyone has something to lose. Everyone has something to lose. At the end of the day, Megan came forward and said that this happened to her. I mean, so she's the number one reason I'm going to state that it's Tori. Yeah, you don't have to tell me like what happened to me. I feel Megan on that. I absolutely do. I mean, I don't care who don't like her, what she lied about, who she allegedly was sleeping with. I don't care about none of that. The girl said that he popped her. Because it's mighty weird, because you can't defend a Tori when Tori came forward. Where he at? What did Tori come forward and say? Tori came forward after this and said that it was glass. So if we're going to tell it all, let's tell it all. I mean, we got to tell it all. Tori, according to him, that was glass in her feet. She wasn't popped. Although a surgeon came and sat down and still said that there's still fragments in her feet to this day. They're still there. We don't have them all out. I mean, so even with the evidence allegedly missing with the fragments, they're still in her feet. Like they're still there. So even if she stepped on fragments of weapons that was already, how did that get that far in her foot? Like a bullet can travel that far, like for, you know, shrapnels from it, whatever, that can travel that far. But glass ain't doing all of that. Like it's not. It absolutely isn't. Just saying. He said it was glass. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And clearly the girl was popped. So the theory that Megan wasn't popped, yes, she was. She was. And Megan and I have had our disagreements. I'm not sitting over here, oh, Megan. No. I've been very unbiased with the situation. So again, if we're going to talk about it all, then we're going to talk about it literally from the day it started all the way till we get to court, not just what happened in court, because that's not all that matters. It isn't. It absolutely isn't. He was on trial, not Megan. Megan didn't empower herself. That did not happen. Even from the witness statements, nobody said that Megan had a weapon. Nobody said that Megan popped it. No, nobody. So that should have never happened to her. It shouldn't have. I really don't understand people saying Kelsey did it, Kelsey did it, Kelsey did it. Tori never said that. Why didn't Tori testify that Megan or that Kelsey did it? Because that would be very dire. Why would Tori? Because if we're leaving things out, let's bring up some more stuff. Let's keep bringing up stuff since we're leaving out stuff. When Tori texted Meg and apologized, right? Remember that? When Tori texted Kelsey and apologized, right? Remember that? Remember that? Remember that? Why would he apologize for Kelsey shooting Meg? Now, in the text messages, Tori never said, sorry for pow-powing you. No. But he would have no reason to apologize for that if Kelsey did it. So I would have stated her name. Like, I'm sorry what I took y'all through. I shouldn't have did none of that, but old girl ain't have to do that to you. Your friend didn't have to pull out, she didn't have to block a blocker. Like, you know, old girl ain't have to wild out like that. There was no accountability on Kelsey's end. It was all on him. He never stated anything about somebody else doing something to her. He never stated that. Tori even cleared Kelsey's name on Instagram, on social media, stating that no, she didn't do it. No, he ain't like literally come forward like Kelsey didn't pop Meg, but he never said that, because that was why Kelsey was so mad at Megan, because people were going around saying that, and Megan didn't say anything. Megan didn't defend her. Megan didn't, you know, that's the least Megan could do, because it's like, girl, you know I didn't do that to you. Like, why would you like not say something? She testified again in September, or not testified. She sat down, Kelsey sat down with prosecution in September and stated that Tori did it. She did. Absolutely. I don't hear nobody stating that it was Kelsey, but his defense team alluding to it without actually stating it. You know, they asked why Kelsey was never, her DNA was never tested, you know, and whatnot for the weapon. I get that. I get that. But not at one point in time has Megan stated anything of Kelsey doing anything like that to her. But she has stated it about Tori. Kelsey came forward and stated, even to prosecution, that Tori did this to Meg. Even in songs, busting back, stating that if I would have had the weapon, it would have went down way different, you know, type of situation. Again, there's still nobody saying, none of the witnesses, you know, are coming forward. Even the alleged bodyguard statement, Quan, when he came forward and said that he never said that Tori didn't do it. He never said Kelsey did it. He never said anything. He never said Megan did it to herself. He just said she lying, saying that she got popped when you didn't. It was just the fragments from it, like the strap from it. Like, you ain't get like actually popped. Like, if you did, why miss all bones, all tendons, blah, blah. That's what he said. He never stated that Tori didn't do it. He never said that. That's why the defense team didn't have him testify, because again, if Kelsey did it, Quan, the missing bodyguard who everybody thought fell off the face of the earth, came to court and didn't testify. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he get up there and say Kelsey did it? I can see why Tori wouldn't get on the stand, because the defense don't want him cross-examined. So it's best to just keep him off the stand. I'm not gonna, you know, for their client's interest, it's best that he not testify. I'm not against that at all. But Quan being there, why didn't Quan? I mean, Justin was gonna testify. Why didn't Quan? Quan was there. Justin wasn't even there. Quan was. Why didn't he go up there and say, my buddy didn't do that? The defense team brought in Sean Kelly, Tori's team, and he came up there and put the weapon in Tori's hand. Here, flip. So we're not just gonna look over things. No, don't look at it. No, don't look over it. Because that's why I say all of the other little details that y'all feel like exonerate him, it's not exonerating him. Like, At this point in time, he got a big X on his back. A big X on his back. A big X. There would be no reason for him to be at court if they didn't want him to testify. Why be there at all? So if they wanted him to, he could have. So it's not that the defense team, because the defense team felt like he would not help the situation. If the defense team felt, because they had already brought a witness, Sean Kelly, who came in and completely obliterated their case pretty much. He did not help. Sean Kelly was the defense's witness, not the prosecution. The prosecution witness was Kelsey, and she did the same thing. She came in there and slapped the prosecution in the face. Said, now, I don't know, I don't recall. I plead the fifth. That was the prosecution's witness. Sean Kelly, the one that jurors are sitting in there deliberating about right now. So whatever little key elements people feel like is being left out, what's being left out, girl? What's being left out? Like, what's tea? What's being left out? Because you want to force this on Kelsey? Kelsey didn't do it. Megan didn't do it either. I mean, at the end of the day, based off the evidence that's been submitted, from what we know, like we get legally how they have to approach the situation, but the people that have truly been paying attention, how this is going again is still 50-50. It definitely is. It's 50-50. But what's been lined up, Tori did it. I mean, he did it. I don't feel like he did it deliberately to try to end her or anything. I honestly do feel like it was accidental, like just on some drunk-ish, stupid stuff going down. A bunch of unnecessary stuff is how I feel that was going down. So it was stupid. Like it was dumb. And I think he regrets it. I think Tori wish it never happened, but it did. I mean, it happened. You still did it. I mean, the girl was still popped. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And Megan said that he did it as well. I mean, if y'all don't want to believe her, I mean, that's fine. I'm not here to argue, about, because none of us are these people. Like, I'm not Megan and I'm not Tori. He did it intentionally. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that it was intentional. I don't feel that he should be, like so easily forgiven. I don't think it's just that people should just be like, oh, well, it was an accident. So, oh, well, no, ain't no, oh, well. Like, you get popped in your feet. If you just gonna let it slide, that's you. There's gonna be people out there like me that's gonna call the police. Because as much as people think that I'm Team Meg, I'm gonna show you. How about that? I'm biased. I'm not gonna be biased for anybody. I don't know Tori. I don't know Meg. And unlike how the media is trying to, and Megan's team is trying to push, Tori ain't paying everybody. Now, I don't know about other people because I can't speak for other people. I can only speak for me. And Tori's not paying me. I'm not on his payroll. We don't rock. We don't roll. We don't none of that. And it's the same thing with Megan. I call her Pegasus. Megan don't like me. I promise you. If Megan knows who Sean Deville is, she don't like him. She don't like him. She don't like him. So yeah, her flip. So yeah, I'm not biased, and I'm not going to turn into it because y'all want somebody that a girl has come forward and stated that this is the person that did it to me. And you have other people that are witnessing the fact that Megan didn't do it to herself, neither did Kelsey, and neither did Quan. That only leaves one person. But if y'all want him to be exonerated so bad, that's fine. I'm not about to argue with y'all. Y'all ain't about to argue with me. Like y'all, waste of both of our time. Because again, we are not these people. It does not affect us. Yeah, but the thing about it is when somebody's lying on you, you have to prove it. If somebody's lying on you, you have to prove that they are lying. You don't just like somebody can't lie on you. You don't just get to say that somebody's lying. You don't get to just do that. You don't get to just say that Megan's lying, just because people lie. So since people lie, Megan's lying. Okay. I mean, if that's how you want to view it, I mean, that's on, you. In my eyes, again, Megan is the victim. She stated that Tori did it. I'm not about to argue with her. I'm not about to walk up to Megan and be like, he ain't do that to you. I wasn't there. I don't know what he did. But from people's testimonies, yeah, His own defense team put a witness on the stand. Now, even the prosecution didn't put somebody on the stand that said that Tory had that weapon in his hand, but his own team brought a person in there to put that weapon in his hand. Don't get mad at me, get mad at his team. Get mad at his lawyers. Because how y'all bring a whole person in here and that's still not enough for people, that this man puts the weapon in Tory's hand. Y'all want to say, oh, he was pow-powing at the sky. What does that matter? What does that matter? It doesn't mean that one of those pows didn't go towards the ground. Like, it doesn't mean that. Like, it doesn't mean like he wasn't out there. He's only stating what he saw from a distance. Now, I'm standing right in front of this with my arms crossed watching it. Like, yeah, no. Everybody ain't as nosy as y'all is. Like, I'm nosy, but I ain't that damn nosy. I hear some pop, I'm getting down on the ground. You know, I don't need to see it because curiosity, the cat. So, yeah, I don't need to see that. If my children around me, I'm getting to where my kids at. Like, yeah, y'all getting here on this floor. Until these people gone. So it's a big dot. So again, like his own team, Tory's team, since Tory people are so pressed, his own lawyers brought a witness that has nothing to gain from this, which makes him easy to believe, gives him instant credibility as somebody that is not involved. Rock Nation, nobody is involved with this man. Nobody. They were in an upper echelon, upscale area, and he just so happened to live right in front of where all of these idiots sitting outside doing all of this stupid ghetto-ish is what was going on, is what that were. So he was super credible out of anybody that they sat down, even though his testimony, I'm not going to say necessarily conflicts, but again, it's hard remembering things. He didn't get up there pleading the fifth, saying no, telling, that was Kelsey. So it's understandable why her testimony basically just being thrown out, like anybody really even considering, you know, what she has to say anymore, getting up there months ago saying this and then coming here today and completely flipping the script. Like, yeah, no, absolutely not. So again, I have no idea. All I know is that again, Tory never stated that anybody else did it. Even let's get into this live because this is the first time Tory said anything after this pow-powing happened. Well, let's get into it.
So there's some things that I just want to say today. I think that they're very important, and I say, I know that there's been a lot of speculation about the things that I've been going through and how I've been dealing with them and the insensitivities of just me not like talking when y'all wanted me to talk and saying certain things. And I just felt like I owed it to my fans and supporters of people who, when they look at me and they look at me as a role model, I owed it to those people as a person to just like give them some sort of transparency and some sort of accountability of certain things. I feel like, you know, for those who don't know, for the last 3 months of my life, I've been in this place where, you know, I've been bashed. I've been cut through, just people every single day coming at me. And it's crazy because the whole thing about it is just like when this whole debacle or whatever you call it came about, the whole time it's like she knows what happened, I know what happened, and we know that what you're saying and what the alleged things and the alleged accusations of my name is are not true. It's falsified information, it's false information, and it's not accurate information.
It's falsified information. It's not accurate information. He's saying the things that you're saying about me are not true. She's saying at that time, Megan said that he popped her. People are, to me, this is not Tory saying that he didn't pop her. What he's saying is that I don't like literally like pop you. Like, you know, that it was fragments from, you know, it was ricochet that popped into your feet, you know, and whatnot. You know that ain't true. You know I ain't taking a weapon, I literally pop you. That did not happen. It didn't. You tried it. Okay? That's what that were. That's what that were. This is not him saying, like, he said it's not true. Not, I didn't do it. Somebody else did that to her. I would never injure her, you know, or anything like that. I had nothing to do with what happened to her. Someone, he never says anything like literally like saying someone else did, because He said that he didn't do it. Then you know who did. Then you know who did. So even if you're not going to say who that person is, pull the blame on to someone else. So if I'm in that situation and I didn't do it, I'm no different than how Kelsey came forward on Instagram. And she said, I did not pop Megan, but however, I was there. I was there. He ain't never said nothing like that. He ain't never made any move like that. Like, I didn't do it, but I was there. You know, when it happened, he didn't say nothing like that. He didn't say nothing like that. And then again, in his text messages, apologizing to Megan. He never apologized to me about power. I mean, it was kind of like a universal apology. Like, if you ask me, it definitely was, because it wasn't specific. But at the same time, if you didn't do it, you would have definitely implemented someone else in some way, shape, or form. You would have. You absolutely would have, Tori. You didn't. You were more so apologizing like what happened, and we thinking about him, you know, him finding or her finding out, or Kelsey finding out about the love triangle or whatever. That's what he's apologizing for, and them getting into it. I believe that Pow and her, I believe it was a universal apology. You know, not being specific, but you know, apologizing. Again, if you've done nothing wrong, there's nothing for you to apologize for. Even with smashing both of them, Tory was a single man. He wasn't going with Kelsey, and he wasn't going with me. He wasn't in a relationship with them. He was at Kylie house. He was trying to smash Kylie. So in front of both of them. So I mean, let's not like, let's not like he's not wrong for that. I don't feel like he's wrong for that. What he wrong for? He's single. If he want to smash Kelsey, Megan, and Kylie, he got that right. Ain't no ring on his finger, and he don't go with none of them. So if they got into it about him, that's between them. It still ain't got nothing to do with Tori. Even if he exposed it, so I'm single. Megan, my friend. If I want to tell her that I'm smashing you, I can tell her that I'm smashing you. We all homies, right? We all friends. So, I mean, it is what it is. And how I look at it, I mean, so if he's apologized for everything. You know, was how I was feeling. Like it was like a universal, you know, apology, not just like sorry for popping, you know, because in Tori's mind, I don't feel like he looked at it that way. He looked at it as accidental. So if he looks at it as accidental, in his mind, he didn't pop her. So like that's the energy that I'm getting from. And this is the first time Tori went live after Megan got popped. So this is the first time. Okay. And then again, he never says that somebody else did it. He just says that it wasn't him. Like, what? Like, so then who did it? Somebody else did it then, right? Okay, say you want to say no name. Cool. It wasn't you, Tori, right? Okay, he says no. Okay, cool. So somebody else did this to her? And it's like he just... Why we ain't got no answer for that? Why hasn't Tori said, I didn't, even to this day, I didn't do it to her, but I was there when it happened? Why folk come? Why he ain't said that? Kelsey wasn't the only other person that was there. Quan was there too. So again, with Tori not saying a name, it doesn't mean that he's definitely saying that it was Kelsey if it wasn't him. No, it's what people there. It's what people there. Gag orders do not protect against you, especially a crime you being accused of. A gag order is not going to protect you from that. Gag orders do not protect against crime. It do not. So if you commit a crime with somebody, they can't put you under a gag order because you committed a crime and they don't want you to say anything. That doesn't even make any sense. Even with a gag order, just like he's alive right now, he could type out, I didn't hurt anybody, but I was there when that person was hurt. That doesn't even make any sense. Again, excuses. Because again, from what is given, Kelsey was under gag too. Threatened to, she say anything that porn and, you know, all of this is going to drop. She still got a point across. Mm-hmm. She still got a point across. So I feel like Tori could have got his across too. He could have easily have stated that, you know what? Some did happen to her, but it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I was there though. Yeah, I was there. I was around when it happened to her, but I'm not the one that did it. He could say that. You know, gag, but that's a crime. You have the right, you know, as a citizen, especially as an American citizen, to state that you didn't do something, just like you have the right to plead innocent or guilty. So they taking that away too because he under a gag. Since you're under a gag, Tori, you gotta plead guilty. Move right along. So yeah, let's finish listening. Right, it was unregistered. It sure was. But yeah, since you're under a gag, you have to plead guilty. No, you don't. Just like being under a gag, you can't talk about certain things, but you can still talk. Like Lori Harvey, she gags all of her dudes, NDAs, gag orders, all of that when and before and after, you know, dealing with them. But Michael B. Jordan, if he wants to talk about her, he can. It's just certain things he can't discuss. That's all. That's it. Now he can talk. Tori can still talk about Megan, even with restraining order, gag order, all of that stuff. He can still talk about her, but it's only certain things that he could say. You know, certain stuff he got to stay away from. Exonerating himself would not be one of them because that has everything to do with Tori, not Meg. So he will be talking about himself. You can't gag a person to where they can't talk about themselves. Like that doesn't make any sense. I'm Tory Lanez, and I would put a gag order on me that I couldn't speak about her, but I can talk about me. And people are accusing me of things that I didn't do. So he has the right to state what he did and did not do without going into detail. He doesn't have to go into detail to explain himself. So, I mean, it's that simple. I mean, it absolutely is. He got in trouble for the video he's playing right now. Yeah, they did remove this video. This video definitely was removed. I will state that. But again, he still went forward. It's still out here. I mean, it ain't that removed. It ain't that removed. I mean, it's still right here. So it ain't that removed, girl. But yeah, again, just like Megan could go forward and state that she got popped, he get to go forward and state he ain't popped nobody. Can't gag someone to that. It doesn't. That literally makes no sense. None. I don't make any sense. But yeah, I'm right there with you. But let's keep listening to dear old Tory Lanez.
I don't ever want to come off like I'm here to bash this girl or I'm here to talk down about this girl or ever be at a place where like I'm disrespecting her, because to me as a person, she's still my friend. No matter what, even if she doesn't look at me like that, I look at her like she's still my friend. In the times that we were together or around each other, we've had nothing but joyous moments and good moments. So I'm not going to sit here and bash her. But at the same time, it comes to a certain standpoint of me as a person where it's like, yo, do y'all want me to just sit here and just allow my name to be assassinated, my character to be assassinated, everything that I worked for to get here to just be assassinated for something that I did not do, something that the events that are being said are not even accurate and accurately being portrayed to everybody, the narrative that's being created to make me come off like I'm some monster is now what I'm having to live through for 3 months straight of just.
Again, it's just a lot of talking in circles for me. It's just a lot of talking in circles for me. I was alive. I didn't do it, but I was there and just left alive. Hey, y'all. I know there's a lot of people in these streets saying that I did something. Yeah, I don't do nothing to nobody, and that will come forward here in the near future. And so then, that's it. And then, I mean, this is because I wish I would listen to this whole thing. 20, 30 minutes of nothingness, because you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything. What are you saying? It's like you just talking in circles. If you didn't do it, you simply just didn't do it. That's it. That's it. And it's gone. And it's gone. When he promoting albums and promoting singles and stuff like that, he has freedom of speech. And no one can remove him saying, "I am an innocent man." I am an innocent man that witnessed something. He ain't never done none of that. I mean, it's what it is. It's that simple. We don't need a drawn out story. We don't need none of that. You simply just didn't do it, Tori. That's it. They're trying to blame this on you and blah blah this and blah blah that. It is what it is. Move around along. It's how I would feel about it. But that's not necessarily the case. Like, we don't need a long drawn out story. You just simply just didn't do it. Move on with your life. That's it. Keep going, all systems steaming, moving ahead, because you didn't do this. There's no way you could be found guilty of it. There's none of that. So you ain't worried about nothing. You ain't worried about anything at all. Because I understand, why a lot of people feel a certain way, about Megan. I definitely get it. Still to this day, Megan has not filed charges on Tory. Again, this is all the state of California against Tory Lanez or Daystar Peterson. This is what it is. So again, for somebody that, because with Megan, because we're going to get into that too, because again, like I said, I wish I would listen to this whole live of nothingness, because this is what it is. It's just him talking in circles. It's like, or just say you didn't do it so I can leave, because that's all we care about. We don't need this long drawn out, situation that, shout out to my girl Shankola. But we want this one. So, how Tory Lanez trial bloggers are shaping the conversation around Megan Thee Stallion, okay? So we all know, because like I said, I'm unbiased, so I'm gonna keep it real. Megan, this would have went a lot smoother if you would have just told the truth from the jump. So for like her man, Partisan, is posting things as of now, talking about some, as a Black woman, I pray this and I pray that, and if y'all a victim, that y'all get justice because of blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. It's like, Partisan, shut up. Y'all can stop trying to run with narratives. It's very annoying. And it's the same thing with Megan. It's annoying when you try to run with the narrative, because when something is going on, when you are something, you just be that, because that is just simply who you are. So again, with Megan did not tell the truth when she came forward. And we get that when people are victims of certain things, that they do not express what happens, especially right away. But Megan shouldn't have been talking at all if she was not ready to tell the truth. I get that. And that is something that Megan and Partisan should be telling to victims and future victims, that if something happens to you, it does not matter what's surrounding it. It doesn't matter who you slept with, none of that. Do not let a person shame you into not getting your truth out there. And also, don't be like Megan Thee Stallion, to where you are so concerned about what the public says and how the public views you, to where you will go certain places and lie when you can just simply tell the truth. Don't go around lying. Just tell your truth. It doesn't matter what you were doing, when you were doing it, so what? None of that matters. Somebody do something to you, tell the truth so that you can get the justice that you deserve, instead of coming forward lying publicly. Because Megan, you lied. You said that was glass in your foot. And then you want to get mad when Tory's fans believe it. Megan, that's bullshit. It absolutely is. And somebody needs to hold you accountable for that ish, because the example that you are giving is not what little Black girls around the world need to be following. You see something, you say something. It's that simple. You got up there and lied. You said it was glass when the police pulled you over. You said that. You compared yourself to a Black man, George Floyd, a Black man. And the Black women got no knit in their neck like that, publicly lynched and whatnot. No. This a whole man you comparing the situation to. So you were comparing that situation to Tory, with George Floyd just going down. Tell the truth. You weren't scared of those police, girl. Please. Like, be honest. You were scared something was going to happen to Tory because there was weapons in the car, because you had feelings for him. That's why you wouldn't leave that house without him. That's why you went back, because you have feelings for him, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. You should have told the truth from jump. And I'm not talking about even from the night when it happened and she said it was glass, cool. Cool. But then you coming forward on his birthday, all of this with chains on, you know, all of this stuff, and all that DJ Khaled, all of this stuff. You say nothing about this man popping you, nothing. And then all of a sudden, he dry popped you. Since you want to do this, because you care too much about what people think. So now that you realize that, now that somebody that actually sat down and beamed it into your head, what happened to you was wrong. It doesn't matter the circumstances around it. Shouldn't have happened to you. And you feel some type of way about it. So now let's get you what you need. So now that you're not being believed for it, Megan, you're upset. It's because you're black. What? You're a black woman with privilege. Stop it. You're a black woman with privilege. Yeah. Absolutely. You saying something like this, look at everything that's going on, and you still didn't press charges on the Megan, but you're not protected? The state picked up the charges, took this man to trial, and put 25 years over his head for you. For you, a black woman. And then you get your ass on that stand when it's time for you to get your justice, and they act, and you say you don't even know why you're here. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know justice. I don't know because this dude in front of you, he popped you, right? This is why you here. To get justice. Like, are you serious? You're not on trial. He is. This is your chance. Since you didn't file charges is why you don't understand why you were here. Again, tell the truth. I didn't file charges on him. I don't even understand why I'm here. Because why get up there and say that? You're here for all black women across the world that are not believed, even when they're fearful in the beginning. That's who I'm here for. All the women that won't be believed, but you get up there and you have no idea? Not protect black women, protect black women, protect black women. Not you. Getting on a stand of a trial that's against somebody that did something to you and not knowing why you are here. I find that weird. I absolutely do. So what annoys people, especially me, with Megan, is because since she's lied, she feels that people should just believe her. No, you don't get to mix the lies with the truth, Megan. You don't get to do that because you frowned upon the fact that you put your hands on your best friend over a dude that you care less about now. You frowned upon that. You frowned upon the fact that the dude that allegedly popped you, you were sleeping with behind your friend's back. And then you want to go forward talking about some, oh, well, they're putting the sex in front of the pow-powing. I agree with that, Megan, but you're the reason because you keep lying. Everybody in the world knows you slept with Tori, but you. That's the problem. The prosecution stated it. The defense team stated it, that you and Tori were romantic. But then when they talk to you, you say that y'all weren't. And then you want to make it seem as if it doesn't matter. It does, because that's how the altercation broke out in the car in the first place. Like, that's how it started, over that. And it's embarrassing. And it's not something that most people, especially women, will want to say it out loud. I get that. And you don't have to talk about it. I would rather Megan just say, to me, that has nothing to do with anything. Altercation did break out. That's simple. That's it. That's it. But for her to make it seem like that literally does not matter, Megan, it matters for two reasons. It matters because that was part of the confrontation into why everything got physical and stuff in the first place. And then two, intent. So that would give Kelsey intent to do something to you as well as Tori. Both of them within this moment. That would, because people would say if allegedly Tori didn't do it and Kelsey did, what would Kelsey have done that for? Why would Kelsey do this to her best friend? No different thing. People would say, hey, why would Megan, this Kelsey's best friend, sleep with this dude that she hooked her up with? Now, that answer is unnecessary, Megan. We don't need to know the answer to that because who cares? They got nothing to do with us. It doesn't. But you sleeping with Tori did give Kelsey motive and intent to hurt you. Yes, it does. Here, flip. I mean, it's that simple. It does. So as much as you don't want this to matter, it does. It's the domino effect. You may not want this to matter, but it does. So, and who cares? Like, okay, we get it. And most people, I feel like the main reason why it kept getting blown up is because Meg kept denying it. People would have been over it. It's you that keep, Megan, you know who kept putting the energy towards it. Because you keep saying no, everybody else say yes. Kelsey says it happened. Tori basically, he said it happened on the album and, you know, that you got scrapped. All of that. They all said that it happened. Even Kelsey and her Bustin' Back song said you slept with him. You know, all of them like, girl, everybody's saying it but you. Then we get to Megan and no. Megan, that's a lie. Everybody ain't lying on you. You're the common denominator. Where the confusion comes in, it's you. So people are going to look at that. They're not going to overlook it because you're Megan. No, it's a part of the story. You may not want it to be. Stop doing whole shit. I mean, that's all I can tell you. Stop doing whole shit. If you don't want to be true, like no hoe. You know? So, again, and she said he did it. So you come forward and say that he did it, and you just expect everybody to believe you after you've been lying. Megan, when you said it was glass the first day, that is a lie. You got to get with that. You just want people to X that stuff out because you're Megan, because you got popped. Girl, you're alive. You're fine. You made it. So a lot of women that haven't, you did. Count your blessings. But instead of counting your blessings and getting some justice, girl, you wanted to sweep it under the rug. You wanted to sweep it under the rug. How is that fighting for protection of Black women, especially for yourself, if you're not even willing to do anything about it? Megan, if it was left up to you, you'd just be talking about it. You never filed not a piece of charge against Tori, Megan. And then you want to get mad when people say that Tori didn't pop you? Well, besides you saying it, that's the only proof that we have. Other than that, and that don't necessarily mean it's going to help in court, but it ain't going to be the end all be all. Because there's too much doubt out there. So yeah, if you would have told the truth, came out, he popped me, yeah, with certain situations going on, you know, behind the scenes and whatnot. And, you know, things escalated, you know, what she didn't say that. She made it seem like she was sitting in that car, got out the car, walked off, and he popped her. Again, why people kept digging. Again, why people kept digging. Because they're like, okay, well, Megan, that doesn't make sense. Like, why would he just dry pop you? Like, what would he do that for? Because people are going to want to know. They're not just going to condemn Tori because you're saying it. Like, no, girl, because people lie. People lie, Craig. So what he do? Why folk come, girl? What had popped your folk, girl? But since what led up to, she didn't want people to know about that, so it makes sense why she never elaborated. Because she's sitting there live saying whatever she want to say. She get to say whatever she wants. But Tori say something, gone, gag in his mouth. This got to go. The album got to go. This got to go. He got to arrest him because he at this concert. And like all of this stuff is happening to him. So again, Meg, you are victimizing Tori at the same time. So it's you making his fans go harder because they just keep saying a lot of you going around saying whatever you want to say. When you are saying it, you're not telling the truth, Megan. So with you not telling the truth, you never say anything about you and Kelsey getting into an altercation, especially physically, girl. You never said a word about that. You never said a word about doing anything with Tori. So that means, according to you, Megan, this happened to you for nothing. You literally were in the car with them, and then you looked up, Kelsey jumped on you, and then Tori popped you. That makes no sense at all. But we're supposed to just go with that because that's what Megan said. And if you have questions or draw any conclusions, you don't protect Black women. You want Black women hurt. No, we just want to know the truth. Like, that's all. Like, girl, don't come for, you ain't got to lie to us, because we gonna have your back no matter what, Megan. Like, we got your back. Just don't have us out here looking like Boo Boo the Fool. Because what you did was the same thing Kelsey did. You tell us one thing and then you flip complete modes. We come to find out all type of other stuff happened. And you lied about it all, Megan. During these interviews and all that, those are lies that you are saying. You may view them as protecting your career. We look at them as lies. Megan, you're not the first one to do it. Brandy, shout out to Brandy Norwood. She lied on Oprah. She lied to the whole world. She lied on MTV True Life. All of that, said that she was married and all of that stuff. When they said that she wasn't pregnant, and like, then come and find out all of that was a complete lie. But she did it to protect her career. She did it to protect her image. So it's the same thing with you, Megan. Aaliyah and R. Kelly. Aaliyah never said a word about R. Kelly, especially publicly. You don't think that was for her career, Megan? Because we ain't stupid. God rest Aaliyah's soul. But if she would have came forward and said nothing happened between me and R. Kelly, you're lying. All of these people that was around y'all, touring managers and people that took y'all to get you a fake license and for y'all to get married, they would all beg to differ. They would all beg to differ. But it doesn't mean that Aaliyah would not have said that. She could have. Aaliyah could have been like, ain't nothing ever happened between us. I don't know what y'all talking about. That marriage certificate one for me. She could have easily. But we believed her. So it's the same thing with you, Megan. We hear all of this stuff from everybody else that was involved. And then we hear from you, and it's completely different. You're an angel in the situation. Oh, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. I was at the party, and then I was in the back of the car, and then all of a sudden I hear dance, beat, dance, and then pow, pow, pow. That's it. Whole time you done drug Kelsey, fought all type of stuff happened, and and that gave plenty of motive. That even gave motive when you were fighting Kelsey outside of that car. That even gives her motive to grab that weapon and pow you. Stranger things have happened. So again, Meg, you don't be so quick to point the finger, because that is what she's doing, and it's very annoying. It's very annoying that she takes no accountability for the lies that she stated. A lie is a lie, and it don't matter who tell it. But a lie is a lie. Here, flip. I mean, it is. Just tell the truth. Again, I would have respected Megan more if when the intimacy question came up about her and Tory Lanez, where she just states that she didn't want to talk about it. Like, yeah, I don't care to speak on any of that. Yeah, no. When Gayle King asked her flat out on her show, she asked her that because that's the going word. Everybody's stating this, even the people involved, Tori, Kelsey, like they all saying that you did, but so there was nothing that was going on. Megan could have easily have stated, I don't talk about my private life. I don't talk about, people that I deal with. I don't kiss and tell. I definitely don't do those things. But, he and I were growing a relationship. Yeah, we were close. We were getting close. I would respect that. Instead of you coming forward like, no, then what happened? Then what happened? Like, why did you become the target if nothing was going on? That doesn't make any sense, especially if Kelsey didn't do it. Now, Kelsey doing it to you would make sense. But Tori doing this to you and you have no connection to him besides being cool, that doesn't make any sense. It absolutely does not. But again, she lied multiple times because she went on multiple shows, and she went even on her own IG. She was sitting there lying to people, and not just about the sex thing. Because again, the only reason this mattered, Megan, is because of you. You made it matter. When the baby came forward with this last dry album that he did, and he said that he slept with you, nobody really even talked about it. Nobody even talked about it. Like, I mean, it was mentioned, but no one cares. It would have been the same thing with you and Tori and Megan. I mean, and Kelsey. If you would have just admitted it, water under the bridge. water under the bridge. Like nobody would have cared because people still don't care now. But the why people care is because people still want to know why you keep saying it didn't happen. So you the one that's giving the energy. You the one giving the energy. Like, girl, just say it and then move on. You know, because that's what everybody else gonna do. They're gonna move on. Like it's not a big deal. Megan was a single girl. She got to do whatever she wanted, and she doesn't have to explain her sex life to anyone. She does not. So I would have respected her just saying like, I don't want to talk about that. Like, or, you know, I keep my personal life personal. That's fine. Because then no one can say that she's lying about anything. No one can be like, oh, well, Megan lied. No, she didn't lie. She just said that she didn't want to talk about it. There's no reason to jump down her throat, call her a lie. None of that. For what? The girl said she didn't want to talk about it. So that means it could have happened or it didn't. One or the other. But again, that's none of our business. It really isn't because they weren't sleeping with each other in that car. So that's why it don't matter. It really don't. So, like, weird. I'm just like, yeah, that I just because and Megan, she didn't even pay too much attention to the baby comment. She didn't care. She didn't care at all. So what happened? Why are you so angry? Why so much aggression? Ooh. Why is your hands ashy holding up this phone? Yeah. Let's start there. Why is your hands so ashy holding up this damn phone? And where's your neck? If please, anybody that's gonna say something smart to me, please have a neck. This is a necessity because you're gonna need it so that you can project. You know when you're talking to me. So please bring your neck to fights. Please don't leave this. Bring your neck with you. And do this too. Little oil. A little piece, Paul, a little piece of oil. Why so much aggression like it's personal? This is why she is suing bloggers. First of all, she's not suing anybody. Now she should sue you for lying because she ain't suing a damn thing. Who's she suing for what? She's suing us for our opinions? Is that what she can't sue us for opinions? She absolutely cannot. And she named Milagograms in Hollywood Unlocked. She ain't saying nothing about Sean everywhere. And she ain't saying nothing about Sean everywhere. You try. You try. I think you may need to tread lightly. Yeah, on a treadmill, join me. You and I can get on some treadmills next to each other and tread lightly because that's all I'm going to be doing. She's going to still be Pegasus, all of that. Nay. She's not taking my nace from me. I don't need to tread any damn thing. You tried it. That was cute. Nothing you have said is allegedly and won't be. Paul. It won't be. That's why you should have brought your neck. It won't be. Would you like me to drop the link so we can talk about this more in depth? Paul. I'm not worried about Megan suing me. Go ahead. I can't stop nobody from suing me that way. That's just gonna give me more subscribers and stuff. That's fine. I like court. You must be new. I like court. I like court. I get on lawyers' nerves because they be like, Sean, you are not a lawyer. Oh well. I need to make sure that I'm protected at all costs. I make my lawyers turn in homework and everything. Show me everything do you over there working on. Send me out paperwork so I can make sure that the punctuation is that right. I like court. And as you see, I was just very cute. So yeah, just imagine me in a suit with a neck. Are you pressed, girl? Are you mad, girl? Are you mad? Girl, do you want to talk? We can talk, Paul Alexander Real. We can have a conversation. Do you want to talk to me? It seems like you want to talk to me. Now why so much aggression? Is that because I'm black? Because when I get passionate about something, it's because I'm black. Girl. So it's just like, well, I'm not about to be, but look, 'tis the season for turtleneck weather. And we already know you can't do number one of them. It'll look like a V-neck on you. So all I got to say to you is, tell me to drop the link. I like court. I'm going to get Megan a run for her money. Yeah, I'm coming for that stable. I want the farm, the barn. I want everything. It all belongs to me. So she could sue me for an opinion. Yeah, and then the horse is gonna be harassing me and all of that. She could sue me. She ain't saying about me. She said Millie, my girl, Malago Grams, my radio, and Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked. She ain't saying about that. She ain't say yours either. She don't know neither one of us. Y'all gotta chill out. She don't know neither one of us. So yes, right, people when that girl, you gotta love when a bratwurst come for you. I was just like, okay, girl, not so much aggression. Ooh. When you so much aggression. Hair flip. So she's suing Jason Lee. She ain't suing no damn body. She ain't suing anyone. In this article that everybody running around reading about Megan Sis and her team because they reported some of Millie tweets and all of that stuff. Girl, Megan ain't suing anything. She's not suing anyone, in my opinion. I think that this is like I guess like if anything, it's like a warning to YouTubers, and I'm not reading it because there's plenty of YouTubers that have already read this. So, but yeah, her team is basically stating that there's a lot of people out there with misinformation, and they're basically trying to say like Millie from my radio be having misinformation, and Jason Lee be having misinformation to more so lead the people to think that Megan Thee Stallion is actually on trial, and she's not. It's Tory Lanez. So that's all that they're stating, and just telling people to be weary of the things that they state when it comes to this trial. But again, Megan is not suing anyone. She is not. She has not sent Millie anything, Mob Radio anything of, hey, I'm suing you. No, she has not. The same thing with Jason Lee. And Jason Lee was live earlier. He didn't say nothing about Megan suing him. He didn't say that. Millie was just live on Station Head before I came here, and she is still down there. She also stated that no verdict is in as of yet, and she also never stated anything about Megan suing her. So yeah, no, they're not. She's not suing anybody, if anything, because again, even she can't take Millie to court. Like, she spread misinformation about a trial that I wasn't on. Now I could see Tori doing something like that. I could see him suing people that were misleading, especially if he's found innocent. I could see him doing that. Of people trying to stir the media into believing, that he's guilty. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But Megan, again, you're not on trial. You're not on trial. So what are you suing? No, Megan lied about that. Like, you spelled that wrong. You said Millie lied. Megan lied about Megan sleeping with Tori. You spelled that wrong, girl. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Why isn't she suing the defense team and the prosecution? Because it was stated on both ends, especially the defense team, stated that Megan was sleeping with Tori. She ain't talking about suing them. So, yeah, I would say Megan lied about it. Millie didn't lie about that. You know where Millie got that? Where the rest of the world got it. Tori and Kelsey. Both of their songs, Tory album. He made an album about sleeping with Megan. He made an album about him. And Kelsey made a song called Busting Beat. And she said that Megan was sleeping with that nigga behind her leak. So if anybody lied about that, that would have been Megan. That would have been Megan. Did Megan say she was going to sue, or her lawyer? Her lawyers were insinuating people to chill out. Not that they're actually taking legal action, but they're thinking of pursuing it towards certain people. And those people were listed. Malago Grams from Mob Radio and Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked. And Jason Lee stated that Hollywood Unlocked is a brand. It is not based solely off of what he thinks. He has a team that handles his, blogs. you know, and whatnot. So, and it's an unbiased blog. So, like you said, it has, I mean, me being mentioned because I may pop my shit when it comes to Meg, that's just me. You know, in my opinion, like when I'm like gagging, it's because she ain't saying nothing about gagging. She said Hollywood Unlocked, her team said it Hollywood Unlocked and Millie, malograms from Mob Radio. So, and you just can't, I mean, what Millie, Megan look like suing 15, 20 people. That would be a waste of resources. Money especially, that would just be a complete waste, for her to sue many people. And I could see her suing like Millie, because she's never like Millie. Megan, this isn't their first little Megan has came forward before with one of Millie's lives, like, or, you know, speaking of her, like, she does not care for Millie. And Jason Lee, he's had his words about and with Megan. They've been at the same parties, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, like Cardi's parties and stuff like that, you know, they bump shoulders at, you know, stuff like that. So again, I don't think Jason Lee hates her or anything like that. I'm just thinking it's unbiased. And that's what makes it annoying with Megan, because it's like she's going after, it's like, I don't feel like she should be going after anybody. It's like you go radio silent. You don't say anything on social media while this trial is going on. And then the first statement that you push from your lawyers is that you may be taking legal action. That's what I'm saying. She cares too much about what people think. Megan, it's like way too much going on in your life for you to be worried about what bloggers are out here saying. I understood when Tasha K got sued by Cardi B. The things that Tasha K was going around saying about Cardi B, I get it. You know, I understand that. Millie's not going around doing nothing like that with Megan. She's not doing that. Like, she's not. I mean, I can even see, you know, with Nikki and Nosy Ho. I could see that, you know. But when Millie, like, what is she doing? Like, Millie is not terrorizing Megan, you know, and stuff like she's not doing that. She absolutely isn't. So, I don't get it. Like, that's something like, what is Millie doing? Like, I listen to Millie often, and I get, you know, Millie team Tori, and she has that right. And she was like, again, I'm not arguing with nobody, because again, I'm not involved. So with Millie being team Tori, and Megan and her team feeling like Tori is paying certain outlets, and Mob Radio being one of them, to push a certain energy, I just don't feel like that is true. I don't feel like Tori's paying Millie to do anything, because she was doing it before Tori actually started acknowledging her, you know, and stuff like that. She was already doing it. Like, she was already team Tori. So, I mean, I feel like that's one of the reasons he reached out to her in the first place, or acknowledged her presence in the first place. I don't feel like she's being paid. No, I don't feel that way. I don't. But that's what Megan's team is basically, you know, trying to say, like, oh, well, Millie is being paid. Well, Mob Radio is being paid by Tori. No. She always felt like Megan was someone clean and water. She always felt that way. So I just feel like that would be frivolous. And I think that that's another reason why, you know, Millie doesn't care, you know, because I wouldn't either. I mean, I wouldn't care either. Exclusive Media says, it's not true. I've been watching her since the beg. She's standing up for what she thinks is true. I agree with you saying that Millie standing up for what she thinks is true. I agree. I think that Millie thinks that Tori's innocent, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. Just like somebody that says that Tori's guilty. I have no problem with that. I'm not about to argue with either party. It's nothing to argue about. It's just what they think versus what I think. What I think doesn't make me incorrect, and what they think don't make them incorrect. I'm neutral. I'm neutral, but I'm not going to tell Megan that didn't happen to her. I'm not going to walk up to Megan Thee Stallion and be like, Tori didn't blah, blah, blah. If that's what she feels happened, if that's what she feels that she saw, hey, I'm going to be inclined to believe her. I'm not just, I'm like, okay, well, she said it's Tory. She said it's Tory. She never said this. Now, she may have stated in the beginning that it was Glass, but she never stated that somebody else did it. She said when she did name a person, it has been Tory and it stayed Tory. You know, so that's what I said. I got to give her that. I got to give her that. I'm not going to take that from her. I'm definitely not going to do that. They mad she giving it to us raw. Yeah, I think that Megan just simply just doesn't like Millie. And I think that Megan just doesn't like Jason Lee. Because there's plenty of bloggers that go around and say the craziest things about Meg. They discredit her, just make her look like a smut on a wall, a smut leaning on the wall, is what they make her look like. And Millie does not, and neither does Jason Lee. Like, I will give both of them that. Millie does not come at Megan like that. She does not. Now, she may talk her ish, you know, and stuff like that, but that's what commentators do. You got to keep your audience entertained. But at the same time, no, Millie is not harsh, like just over there saying foul things about the girl and making up stuff. But no, she's not doing that. She's not. I'm like, so because I listen to her, and no, I don't hear her over there doing that. Millie does not do that. She doesn't. So and neither does Jason Lee. Neither does Jason Lee. They did mention academics. They did. Academics was mentioned. He was. But again, it's just more so of them stating, how do I want to say this? Warning the people that they feel attacks her is what it's giving. So it's just like academics, Mob Radio, and Hollywood Unlocked, watch y'all mouth is what the attorneys is giving. Because we are prepared to take full legal action against y'all. Is what is given. So not like we are in the process of taking legal action. No, her team did not state that. They did not say that they're already pursuing certain outlets, blah, blah, blah. Now, I do feel like there may be some orders sent. I do. I feel that there may be, you know, some cease and desist and gag orders sent, you know, Hollywood Unlocked and Mob Radio's way and DJ Academics. I think that may be in their near future. Mm-hmm. But just suing them, no, because there's measures you have to go through before you even consider. You want it to be a buildup. You want paper trail, you know, behind you to just be like, oh, we're coming to court because these people don't agree with us, or they're stating the opposite of what we're saying. That's frivolous. Like, a judge is not going to be like, yeah, she was over there saying she slept with Tori. And like, a judge is going to look at you like, are you serious? Like, we need more. Like, has there been harassment, any wages lost, any gigs lost? Has this prevented you from doing certain things, going to certain places? I mean, like, they're going to want to see something like that. As of now, Millie has done nothing like that to Megan the Pegasus, and neither has DJ Academics, and neither has Hollywood Unlocked. So, I mean, you just don't get to just sue people because they disagree with you. Tori says she did. I mean, Meg says she did sleep with Tori. Millie says she does. I'm going to sue you. Gross. Then why you ain't suing Tori? Why you ain't suing Kelsey? That makes no sense. She don't like them because they don't kiss her ass. And they have bigger followings. That's what it's given. Because all of these people, Megan, that is out here saying great things about you, championing behind you, you ain't saying none of their names. Your lawyer ain't giving none of them no clout. But y'all love giving the ops clout. Like, y'all so weird. Like, I'm just, oh. You got all of these bloggers that's out here, Team Meg, Justice for Meg, even me. I don't even say Justice for Meg. Justice for Meg, you know, all of this stuff, right? People that have been on Meg's side since day one, that rock for her, that roll for her, she don't say a word about them. She don't acknowledge them. She don't share them. She don't do none of that. None of that. But she love giving a hater some clout. She love putting a spotlight on the people that don't like her. Gross. When the ops become more important than hotties. Megan, girl, because just with your lawyers coming out stating anything about Mob Radio, people gonna run over there. Stating anything about DJ Academics, people gonna run over there. Stating Hollywood a lot, people gonna run over there. Y'all gotta act like, Megan, you gotta stop acting like everybody is as well known as you are. We're not. We are all growing and building. And just because the person in apartment A may know who I am, it don't mean the person in the people in apartment B and C do. But I bet you the whole building know who you are, girl. So then when you say my name as a hater, as somebody that you don't feel that likes you and that you may be suing and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that, why do you think Tasha K hit 1 million subscribers? You know, and whatnot. So well, if Nikki truly chooses to go further with this lawsuit with Nosy Whole Live, Nosy is going to skyrocket like she already is. But she's going to skyrocket going back and forth to court with a Nicki Minaj. It's like, are you serious? Nikki, you got over 100 million followers. Like, people are going to follow this case. They're going to follow it tooth and nail. So you're going to give this person that you say hates you so much energy and so much clout. And then you have the people that love you, Nikki, and admire you, and they're getting no energy from you. They're not getting any clout, any building, you know, off of that. So I think that celebrities need to give both parties the same energy, because clout is clout. Clout don't care who you are. It don't care who you are. You either attach yourself to it or you don't. Okay? So if you're going to give a hater a lot of attention and stuff, you should do the same thing with the people that's loving on you. That's how I feel. Megan is so focused on the people that aren't kissing her ass that she's not focusing on the people that are. Because there are a lot of people out here, how did this, how did that, Megan this, Megan that, Team Megan, Tori did it, blah, 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 and they don't get any recognition. They don't even matter. Because all Megan is doing is clicking the videos of people that dislike her, sitting there getting herself upset because she has a very low self-esteem. That's all that's getting. That's it. Because if you have a high self-esteem, you care less about what a Mob Radio got to say, care less about what a Hollywood Unlocked got to say. You'll be worried about what I'm Megan's biggest fan, the number one hottie, people with channels and pages and stuff like that. You'd be more concerned about those people because those are the people that matter. The naysayers, they don't. But y'all pay so much attention to the naysayers. You absolutely do. And you build them in so many different ways. So, again, like I said, if I was Millie or Hollywood Unlocked or DJ Academic, I wouldn't be against Megan suing me. Why not? I mean, go ahead. It's frivolous anyway. Girl, you ain't going to win nothing. Girl, what? Girl, what? You take us to court and what? I disagree with you. Do. This person said Tori was innocent. Does. Like, what about it? They're not granting you no money for that. They're not gagging us for an opinion. Now, they can gag us for allegations. They can gag us for stuff like that. But ain't nobody put no allegation on you. Millie ain't put no allegations on you. Hollywood Unlocked, they put no allegations on you. DJ Academics, they put no allegations on you. He just don't believe you. That's all. Millie just don't believe you. Who cares? So? There's millions of other people that don't either. Are you going to sue all them? No? Oh, okay. It's giving basic. Like, Megan, don't be basic. Like, that's all I'm saying. Now, Millie out here making up, like, if she Tasha K in the situation, if she trans Rena in the situation, cool, get her. Like, honestly, because it's like, Millie, girl, now you, now, Millie, I love you, girl. Like, you know, I rock with the mob. I do, but girl, you're going too far. You taking this too far. You know, so, and because it's the same thing with Nosy Ho. Love Nosy Ho down. But, you know, with some things she said, I'm like, ooh, girl. Girl, good luck with that. You know, because I grew. But, again, That's why I said, but Millie's not. I'm like, okay. All right, Megan. Seems a little frivolous, if you ask me. But because again, I don't feel like, Millie don't believe her, so what? Like, who cares? And Hollywood Unlocked, I don't feel that they don't not believe her. I just feel that, like they said, they're being unbiased. They post when things happen to Tory, when good things or bad things happen to him. It's the same thing with Megan. So it's like, you're supposed to post all that stuff about Tory, but don't post nothing like that about Megan. It's like, who is she? Like, no, we're going to be unbiased because ain't nobody on nobody payroll. And then that's when people want people on their payroll. Megan, ain't you and your team swearing that Millie from our radio, Jason Lee, and DJ Academics may all be on Tori's payroll? Okay, well, none of us are on yours. None of us. Nobody. Nobody. So even the people that are speaking highly of you and defending you, Meg, are not on your payroll. So why does Millie and Jason and why do all of them got to be on Tories? That doesn't make any sense. There's plenty of people, again, in support of Megan. She's not paying them to. She's not paying them to be. They just are because they believe her. And then you have the people that believe Tory. Okay? Why they got to have a check attached to it? Why I got to have a cash out? Why folk come? It got to be a Zelle connected to that, but you ain't sent not an amp. You won't. At least Tory is acknowledging the people that have his back. Like, you ain't even acknowledging the people that got your back. You ain't even acknowledging them. You're not posting them, tagging them, nothing. Girl, Megan, girl, hell, at least Tory acknowledging the people. Like, I appreciate you for riding. Appreciate you for having my back. Megan, all of those people sitting outside of that courthouse, they even had a sign, long sign. We are Team Megan. You walked in that courtroom and you walked out that courtroom. You walked right past those people. This is the most you did. And got in the car. Now, does that mean that Megan is a bad person? No. I mean, she just got done testifying. I'm sure it was a very stressful day for her. I'm sure she probably just wanted to get out of Dodge. Sooner I can get out of here, the better. Agreed. But even Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, all of them would acknowledge their fans outside. All of them. All of them. They would acknowledge them. They would be like, hey, y'all, thank y'all for coming. They would. They definitely would. But you walk right past all your sports. You could have at least posted it. Like, you didn't do that. Does that mean that you don't care, Megan? No, it doesn't mean that. You got a lot going on, girl. That's all that works. You just got a lot going on. But if one was to state those things about you, and I'm sure you would say that they're not true. So it's the same thing with Tory. I don't feel like he's paying these bloggers that are team him. I don't feel that way. I don't. What was his name? Kalan. He had some charges and whatnot against him. He ended up being convicted, found guilty, but Millie was defending him. Did he pay her? No. She just simply believed him. Saw that where. Same thing with Tori. She believed him. She think he's telling the truth. Okay. Why does the paycheck have to come? I stood over here and rolled for Cardi hard when she was going back and forth with Tasha K. Hard. I'm not on her payroll. I didn't go to none of her parties. None of that. So if Cardi would invite me to a party, it's not because I'm on her payroll. It's because she just simply invited me to her party. No different like Armand and people like that, Lovely T. People like that, they're not on Cardi payroll. They have a likeness for each other. She likes them, they like her. Nobody being paid. Gross. So it's just like, why does Tori have to be paying people? Make that make sense. So, because it doesn't. But you and your attorneys coming forward, talking about some girl, shut up. You and your attorneys, girl. Girl, like your self-esteem that low to where you only pay attention to the people that come for you? Because that's one thing I will give Cardi and Nicki. They do acknowledge the parties that rock with them. They do. They acknowledge them. They'll share them. They'll do all of that. They will. Nicki's done it. Cardi do it all the time. She do it all the time. Megan, you don't. You off for self. If you ain't posting a picture of you ain't posting a picture. If you ain't posting a link or something that got something to do with you ain't posting a link. You ain't doing none of that. I'm just saying. Like, so that's why I said a hottie can't say nothing to me, because the person y'all follow don't even acknowledge y'all. Like, and that's why she's so annoyed, because all she paying attention is to people that's Team Tory. She ain't paying attention to people that's Team Meg, because if she do, that's how you build esteem. Because you can only do it by yourself. That's how you build esteem. Go listen to good energy. Go listen to people that actually got your back, people that's putting your story together and like, look, this is how she's telling the truth. But instead, you all over here with the naysayers. You all up in Millie Show. You all up over on Hollywood Unlocked blog. You all over there in academics, some in that damn chair and that headset. You all over there. Why? Like, girl, because Megan can't even name a channel of somebody that's talking good of her. People like that got her back, like Conscious TV and others. There's a lot of people that got your back, Megan. That's out here rocking and rolling for you, Megan. And you ain't acknowledging none of them. Don't none of them matter. Only people matter is the ones that's talking head about me. Although it's plenty of people out here that's riding for me. But they don't matter. They butt kissers. You know, they clout chasers. No, they rocking with you. So, like, girl, make it make sense. I can tell you plenty of people that's fans of Sean, that rock with Sean. Yeah, just like I can name a hater, I can name a lover. All she remembers is the haters, apparently. You know, the people that love her, rock with her. I don't need y'all yet. When I drop an album, hi hotties. But until I drop an album, I'm just saying. My girl, I am Till. Is it Tilly? I hope I said it right. Sunshine Yoni says, some people need validation and Meg give me that. In this situation, the only validation will be Tori being found guilty. So in the process, I just feel like Megan should just be living her life. Again, she didn't file charges on Tori. If it was up to Megan, Tori would have never went to court. And now Tori never going to court because of what he did to her. Tori not going to court because of what transpired before. So she didn't want this stuff to come out. You know, like what she did with Tori, you know, and with the situation between her and Tori. She didn't want the fight between her and Kelsey. She didn't want none of that to come out. So as far as she was concerned, she didn't mind just sitting at home and leaving well enough alone. So then when she comes with this whole protect Black women and whatnot, that's the validation that she wants to be given within that moment for people to back her, because no one's taking her seriously, because again, she made a mockery of this from the jump. And not a mockery because she said it was glass. I want to reiterate that because that's how I feel like people just take it that way, just to take it that way. But when Megan first went live, she never stated anything about being popped or anything like that. During that live, when she had her hair, it was like a gray and purple or gray and blue, whatever. It was on Tori's birthday. And she just sat there on live. She even cried and stated that, you know, that was her first time stating that she had got pow-powed, you know, and whatnot. If you're willing to come forward and say that, she should have just said right then and there that Tori did that to her. She did not. She let time keep progressing. And then every time she had seen Tori go to do or allegedly do or say something, then here she comes. So it's like, Megan, what is this about? Is this about you getting justice for this dude powing you? Or is it you being ahead of the story? Which one is more important to you? Because it didn't seem like justice was on the menu. Again, she never filed charges, you know. But she's saying that Black women aren't protected. Women aren't protected, especially ones that don't open their fucking mouth. Especially ones that go sit on the IG and tell IG what happened to them before they go tell a goddamn police officer. Especially those women, yeah, they're not being protected because don't nobody know to protect them. What are we protecting? You said you stepped on glass. Do you want us to go after the glass company that made whatever alleged body you stepped on, girl? Because what type of justice do you expect out of that? Yeah, if she had it her way, none of this would have ever went to court, you know, or anything like that. So again, when she's coming forward, even her boyfriend Partisan, just an hour or so ago, posted, "Oh, Black women this," and it's like, y'all gotta stop that because it seems as if you're pushing a narrative versus to just being it. Megan is a Black woman. She doesn't have to act like one. She doesn't. Megan is a victim. She does not have to act like one. And it's giving more acting than being. So stop using an incredible cause to where these Black women especially have been pushing for so long for their voices to count, for their voices to matter. And then a person like Megan Thee Stallion with, because we can't act like Megan don't have privilege. She does. So a woman with privilege stating she is not protected when there is an entire trial going around right now without her pressing one charge. But her man want to push this narrative, Black women ain't protected. What else do y'all want them to do? Give Tori the needle? Will y'all feel validated then? Like what do you want to do? Get what, like what? Death row? Then will you feel protected? Because this is protection. If you ask me, there's gonna be plenty of people that don't believe Meg. So what? Just like when Carter was going back and forth to court with Tasha, there was still a lot of people that believed Tasha. So what? Who cares? So it should be the same thing with Megan. Who cares who doesn't believe you when this is about justice? She wants all of the media to say, "Oh, poor Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, Meg. Oh, he did it, Meg. Why folk come, Meg?" That's all she want to see. That's all she want to see. Tori going down. Tori getting arrested. Tori this, Tori that. She want all negative headlines to Tori. That's all she want to see. Anything that's saying anything of the other is going to be a problem for somebody with low self-esteem. And Partisan should be over there lifting his woman up. He is not uplifting Meg in any way, shape, or form. He is not doing that. Instead, he's letting her wallow in what she's going through because he feels like Megan is a whore. Because he feels, sunshine, yo, nigga, I'm not rolling my eyes at you. I love you, girl. But because he feel, right, Sharon, because he feel like Megan is a whore because all of her dirty laundry is out there, and that all of these men that's running through his girl, now he look feeling like when did this become about you? When did this become about you, Party? When did this become about you? Gross. You should have nothing to say. I wouldn't. Anything that I would have to say would be towards my woman in private. The most I say on social media is hashtag Team Meg. Team my girl. That's the most I would have to say. Because again, Party had nothing to do with it. He wasn't there. He wasn't around. He wasn't dating her. None of that at the time. That's all her past. So none of that matters. All that matters is that you be here for your woman. Don't let her feel like social media is playing her out to be, which Megan is more than what she allegedly has done. Megan is not a bad person and whatnot. She's young. Everybody makes mistakes. She should not be condemned for it. She should not. Stop it. Everybody got bodies. It's cool. No big deal. But instead of him uplifting her in the situation, this girl on live talking about somehow her man embarrassed, that means that you are literally sitting over there making her feel bad. That you're literally sitting over there agreeing with the public. Or you keep bringing up that these facts about who she allegedly slept with because you're insecure. You're insecure. You feel less than. Because she wasn't no virgin when you got with her. So what did you expect? You thought you was the first, last, and the only one? No, because she wasn't your first, last, and only one. You done ran through plenty of chicks. Plenty of them. Plenty. And that's your past. That ain't got nothing to do with Megan. Nothing. So they can name a grocery list of women that you done slept with, and that's fine. But they said that about my girl, then all of a sudden, no, you are over there making Megan feel like she is a whore. You're feeding into it. Because she wouldn't feel like that at all. If she had a strong, confident man on her arm, she wouldn't have to worry about feeling like that. Megan would be on the top of the world right now. If she was with a confident man that appreciated her for who she is and not who he want her to be. And not who he want her to be. If she had her way, you would be more successful than her. You're not. Let me get something to drink. Like, let's not carry on these roles and make it seem like all of a sudden, you know, her role as a woman. Okay, well, your role as a man to be the one to bring in the bread. To be the breadwinner. You're not. If you were a real man, y'all be married already. You would have put a ring on it, at least be engaged. You're not. So let's not do the whole role thing. Let's not do that. Like, let's not. Because you lose every time. So again, you're a loser, partisan. Because Megan shouldn't be over there feeling like, I don't give a good goddamn who my girl slept with. I'm not letting her feel. She ain't going to be in no slumps. She ain't going to be none of that. I'm going to put my girl right back on top of the world. I will pull the moon to her. Like that. That's what I would do. Literally, wrap the world up in a boat and hand it to her. Is what I would be doing. Not her sitting over there depressed, just don't know what to do with herself, and I'm sitting in the living room playing PlayStation 5. No, making her feel worse. Well, if you want to sleep with everybody, if you want to did this, if you want to did that, because that's how you over there. And she already feel like shit. She's already embarrassed. The least you could do as a man is to make it so that she doesn't feel that way. That's your only job. And you can't even do that. That's your only job. It's not the hottie's responsibility. It's not my responsibility. It's nobody else's responsibility right now but her man's to make her feel on cloud nine. Megan is a wreck. She absolutely is. And people like Partisan is very essential. You matter to her right now. None of us matter. It don't matter what we say. You're close to her. She hears your every word, all of that. Uplift her. Force her to be happy. How you make her happy? What you want to do right now. If she can't tell you, you make the plan. But either way, there should be a plan. Not we just gonna sit over here till I guess you feel better. Well, let me know when you don't feel like a hoe no more. So we could go. Like, no, Partisan, you're trash. Stop talking to black women. They got this. They got this. Black women, it seems as if they're going to have to protect themselves because you hoes ain't. You niggas ain't. You niggas ain't. So let them protect themselves. And nobody knows a black woman better than a black woman. So you niggas need to stop coming forward acting like y'all know them better than them. No, I'm speaking from a male's perspective when I'm saying that Megan shouldn't feel how she feels. She should be on cloud nine. As a man, you should be over there uplifting your woman, male perspective. Not female. Now, I'm not speaking on behalf of black women. I'm speaking on behalf of a black man. I ain't that gay. I ain't never been that gay. 4 kids and counting. I ain't never been scared of the coochie. Love it. So at the end of the day, my woman would never feel how Megan is over there feeling. She wouldn't, because it would be my responsibility as her man to make sure that she does not feel that way. I have to bring her out of this place. She ain't got no mama, no daddy to lean on right now. You're very essential. And instead of you on Instagram and still writing posts that don't nobody want to hear, bitch, you should be over there attending to your goddamn girl. Big dot. Big dot. Now sue that, Megan. Sue that. Sue that. Girl. He's trash. She wouldn't be depressed and suicidal if I was her man. We wouldn't have time for that. We wouldn't have time for that. So that tells me that partisan, you ain't no real man. You're a boy. You're a little boy over there worried about the wrong ish. You need to be worried about that girl's sanity. Her feelings are more important than anything right now because that's what's hurt. Not her physically. She's fine. But mentally, it's all type of stuff going through her mind. She feel all type of ways. I feel like a failure as a man, as a boyfriend, if my girl felt like she didn't want to be here anymore. You don't even want to be here for me? You don't even want to kick it for me? That means I'm doing something wrong. I'm not doing something right if you at least don't want to stay here for me. You willing to lose me? Then I got to change up some ish. Because, no, I'll never want you feeling this way again. Ever. So, if you ask me, partisan, you're weak. You're lame. Like, I have no respect. No respect for partisan. And why I don't have any respect? Because Megan said out her own mouth that her boyfriend was embarrassed, that he is embarrassed. Like, so you over there shaming that girl? You over there shaming that woman? While the whole world, basically, is over there. Shame, 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 Megan. You doing the same thing? Because if you weren't, she wouldn't say it. I feel like she basically said it because of what you're over there saying to her. To where she don't even want to be here no more. You're trash. You're trash. Oh no. I wouldn't, my girl wouldn't, man, if Megan was my girl, she wouldn't feel none of that right now. She feels, I do nothing but loving up on her. Everything would be about her. Everything. Ain't nothing about me right now. I need to sacrifice how I'm feeling and what I'm going through. Although as a man, there's a way that I feel about this, but that don't matter right now. You do. Your mental health comes before anything right now because that's what's being affected. So we got to work this out. It's going to take time. May not happen right away, but it's going to happen. We're going to work this out. That's it. That's enough for her to come out of whatever darkness that she done fell into. But no, she can't even get that. She can't even get that. But making so mad at us, mad at the public. For what? Megan, what we doing to you? Anybody doing nothing to you? No one's really doing anything to you. You're just insecure. Insecure. And again, at this point in time, this will be a great time to be able, for her to be able to speak to her mother or father or grandmother. You know, a lot of those people are gone. It's no excuse, but at the same time, we all have our safe place. We all have our safe place. And I feel that Megan's only safe place right now is partisan. She don't have any other real safe places she can go to. Meaning that when she walk in that door, whoever she's walking into is going to protect her all the way around the board. All the way around the board. You know, like when you walk in your house and your mom there and you got a strong relationship with your mom and you going through a lot and you ain't seen her. And then you see your mom and you just break down. Because you know you're protected. This person is going to protect me and love on me no matter what I open my mouth and say to them. No matter what I'm going through. They're going to overlook all of that. And they're just going to embrace me. Everybody don't have that. Everybody don't have a safe place. and a lot of times we look into our significant others, as our safe place. You have a horrible day, and it's like, oh, then you get home, and whether it's your girl or your man, you go in there, you just feel so relieved, because that they got you. They're going to protect you in any way, shape, or whatever way they can protect you. They're going to do so. If you have a father or someone around you, a brother or a sister, a best friend, she's lost all of those components. Now, she may have fallen on her own sword with a few of those situations, like with the best friend and stuff like that. But the girl is still human. She's still going to go through things. She's not perfect. Nobody is. And she doesn't deserve to be condemned for it. No, she does not. It's not fair, that people are condemning her. No. But at the same time, tell the truth. Tell the truth. And with partisan going around, when victims come to, no, if you're going to preach anything to a victim, tell them to find some type of comfort in telling the truth. Because there's victims out there that have dated a man, and with them dating that man, they separate, and that man comes back around them and does certain things to them. Okay? And with that man doing certain things to them without consent, no matter what it was, that causes a lot of victims to not come forward and say anything, because it's easy for that person to state certain things like, that didn't happen because of this, we used to mess with each other and blah, blah, she's just lying and da, 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 da. So instead of them wanting to deal with the headache, and instead of them wanting to deal with the ridicule and whatnot, because it's been questioned and they may not have felt comfortable enough to say something at first, but now they've grown a new confidence or comfortability with said situation that happened to them, they should still come and say something. And y'all not preaching that. Y'all preaching you can lie until it doesn't benefit you, and you can turn a cause and lead a narrative to be protected because you lied and want to continue to lie, because that's what Megan did. Let's not encourage that. It's nothing to encourage. See something, say something. If you're going to open your mouth and say anything as a victim, make sure that you are telling the truth. Because then when other components come up, you are not questioned. If Megan would have came forward and said, I had a situation with my friend and this dude, it didn't go right, he ended up popping me. We hear anything else, like Megan or Tori said that he was sleeping with her. Kelsey said that he's thinking about her back. We know we can't call Megan no liar, because she said that she had a situation. She didn't have to go into detail. She didn't have to do any of that. Encourage them to tell the truth so they can be believed without a shadow of a doubt. Don't encourage them to lie. Don't do that. Encourage them to tell the truth immediately so that something can be done immediately. That's it. Again, you're trying to victimize Megan through lies. No, she is a liar, and that is going to stick to her, whether she likes it or not. You lied. It's that simple. Move on. Move on. Megan wants to excuse the lies. No, you don't get to excuse. A lie is a lie. That's it. Girl, like a lie is a lie. If Kelsey did not attack you because of what happened between you and Tori, it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. But that's the reason you got attacked. So that's why it matters. Like, girl, then you would have come forward and lie about it. You're not getting excused. You lied. Stop it. Hell, Tori done lied too. So it's just like, it ain't just you. All y'all lying together. Kelsey lied. All of y'all. Like, all of y'all ran amok and made a mockery of justice. All of you. Megan, you made a mockery of this situation. Even since to this day, you ain't filed charges on Tori. Kelsey, you made a mockery of it, going to tell the prosecution one thing and then getting up there lying and saying a complete other. And Tori, you never got to understand, because you already knew you was going to get up there lying. So it's that all of y'all are liars. All of you. And it's a shame. If they do make this a movie, they need to call it Pretty Little Liars. That's what they need to call it, because y'all are the original Pretty Little Liars. Because all of y'all shoot while lying. It's a shame. So yeah, a shame and a scandal. is what y'all done turned this into. Y'all made a mockery of this. This is a complete mess. All because of the lying that's going around. Not because of the situation within itself. The situation makes sense. You see what's behind her back, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, y'all drunk, you know, pop up. That makes sense. But everything else, none. It doesn't make any sense at all. It really does not. This is not going to hurt Megan's career. You actually think the same thing. I think the only guilty or innocent, this is going to hurt Tori's career. This is not going to hurt Megan's career. I really don't feel that way. I don't. After thinking about it, I just don't see how, because I feel like a lot of people are already, you know, if this is going to affect anybody, it's going to affect Tori. I don't feel like it's going to affect Megan, especially negatively. I don't. I think if anything, people are more curious as ever, because she puts a lot of things that happen in her music as well. So I think people are more curious as ever to hear what Megan would have to say now. In this case, all publicity is good publicity when it comes to Megan, because again, she's the victim. So she didn't do nothing to somebody. She, you know, literally, she didn't hurt anyone besides Kelsey's feelings. She didn't hurt anyone. But when it comes to Tori, oh yeah, this is definitely going to hurt him. It already has. But yeah, there's a lot of people that pull the plug on him, stop working with him, a lot of artists and whatnot. So yeah, this is definitely going to affect Tori. I don't think, honestly, in my opinion, I don't feel like it will affect Megan much. I used to think that. I used to think like if this comes out, then like the other way around, to where Tori is found innocent. I felt like it will really affect Megan's career because it's like her being a liar. But I don't think that. I don't. I think that Megan's going to be just fine. I do. I think Megan is going to be just fine. I think Tori is the one that needs to be worried. I do. And then with him offering people millions of dollars, Tori don't have money like that. Don't get me wrong. Tori has money, but Tori don't have money like that. A net worth does not mean in the bank. It does not mean that. So, you know, you can't be leasing things, but offering people millions of dollars. Tori, you can't be leasing things, but offering people millions of dollars. That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I mean, a net worth and what you have in the bank, completely different. Completely different things. So I'm like, you leasing cars and you leasing homes, but you rich. But you offering people millions of like, here, you're a million, here, you get a million, you get a million, you get a million. I'm like, that doesn't make you don't have it like that. You don't. Tori, you don't have it like that. You don't. I looked into it. You don't. Mm-mm. You don't have it like that. You do not. You do not have it like that, Blair. You do not. You don't have any diamond songs or, you know, anything like that. You're not. Jack Harlow got more money than you. So I mean, but yeah, you came out. I mean, he came out before you. I know you came out before him. So but yeah, you don't have money like that. You don't. If Jack Harlow's still leasing, it makes sense why you leasing too, because you are leasing things, Tori. So rich people don't lease. They don't. I mean, unless it's like an office, you know, or something like that for a storefront or a business, you know, something like that. Most rich people just buy flat out. You don't have to build credit when you already have it. So most people that lease and things like that is because they, you know, either, you know, have the money to buy it flat out, but can afford like a car payment or a house, you know, mortgage, you know, and stuff like that. They can still afford those things. So that's why they're doing it. And it also helps build credit. If your credit is already 700 or better and you rich, what is the point of leasing? What is the point? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You're not going to be a rapper that goes into bars and strip clubs and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, allegedly, on strippers and whatnot, but you leasing your Lambo. Mm-mm. You see, Tyga used to go around thinking he was rich because at one point he was. He had his own show on MTV. He was with a Jenner. And they pushed even more energy to his show to where he was making a lot of money. But it all wasn't tangible money, right? So Tyga was leasing a lot of things, and all of a sudden you see him getting repoed, and all of that stuff. Why? He had to change addresses. His home was repossessed from him by the bank. All of that. What's the point if you're rich? Like, I don't understand that. If you're rich, money ain't a thing. So even if you are gonna lease something out, like me, I'm leasing my new vehicle, sweetie. And with me leasing my vehicle, my car payment is paid up into December of 2023. I got my car in October, my BMW. I got it in October. I'm not rich though. I don't claim to be rich, none of that stuff. But my husband do got 2 jobs, and I have 2 of them as well. And my car payment is paid until next year, the end of next year. The next payment I'll pay, will be December 2023. I'm not rich, I'm smart, So I don't have to worry about a repossession, or anything like that. And if so, it's not going to be until December of 2023. Absolutely. Because I went from owning my vehicle that I had prior, and then I traded that said vehicle in to get the vehicle that I have now. So I'm not used to a car payment anymore. I haven't had one in so long, so because every car I got, you just bought it flat out. So this is one of the first cars in a long time that I've leased one. So I'm like, okay, well, since I'm going to lease it, because I'm used to not paying again, I will forget to pay the car payment just because I'm not used to having one. So when I sat down the day me and my husband got it, I'm just like, no, we just need to just pay this on out. Like, how can we get this, like, so we put a number together and what I was going to be paying monthly and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I could do 12 of those months right now. So now I may have to work a little harder, to put that money back where it's at. But I did just that. Now that money, that's where it's at. And my car payment was paid for a whole year, So that's not thinking, that's not working harder. That's just working smarter, So, so with the repossessions and whatnot, and then I done heard some things about Tori's financial situation. So that's why I was very confused with him in court, offering all type of money to people, offering making $1 million. Because I'm like, how? I'm like, you don't have it. Like, not like on hand and just hand somebody $1 million. Like, you don't have it like that. Like, you don't. Nobody said all the people that are repossessed. I know people that do that. No, I'm not saying that as well, but I'm just saying most people aren't, you can't compare somebody that is rich if they're not living the type of lifestyle that Tory lives. So you can't compare a conservative rich person that doesn't show their wealth. Unless you go to their home, or something like that, then you'll see how much they're worth. But in the public, they're not Gucci or designer so you can't necessarily really tell because not all wealth shows. So again, with a person like Tory, that makes it seem like I got it, and he doing this, he doing that, he flying people out, he here, he there, he da, 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 da. You would think that he has all type of income, sitting around. So it's like if you got all this income sitting around, then why not take care of these things? Why are you leasing things? Because your credit score should be top notch. So if your credit score is top notch, it's not like you need to build credit, just buy it. Like you ain't got to work, But if you have a lot of people that are fronters, and will lease certain things and spend money certain ways just so people can think that they got it when they actually don't, when they're not really living like that. That's not that their living situation, type of situation, that's called faking it until you make it. I'm gonna look like a millionaire until I become one, type of situation. So yeah, Tory has money. I'm not saying that Tory's broke. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying he ain't got millions of dollars just sitting around to where he can just be handing it for hush money. No, he does not. He absolutely does not. He absolutely is right. You traded in a car that was paid off. See, here's the thing. So when I was on stereo, originally on stereo, they had this competition and we made money weekly on there, right? So in my first 2 months of being on stereo, I made $52,000. So I already have a home, you know, and all of that stuff. So it's not like I need to go to like a house or anything like that. And I already knew taxes was gonna be crazy. So I wanted to take the money and have something to show for it. And I had already had a vehicle, but I wanted a Jeep. I've always wanted a Jeep. I love Jeeps. So then I went and bought a Jeep, you know, cash. Ooh, Valeria, girl. Ooh, girl. I felt like you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. When I was at that dealership, girl, I was like, he was like, so are you leasing? And I said, nope, none of that. None of that. Girl, I took out my pen, girl. I was like, what's the what girl? And then I wrote it down on that check for the whole price, girl. Woo, girl, that was a good feeling, girl. Ooh, that was a good feeling, girl. I think you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me and my husband nothing in that dealership. Here, Flip, you couldn't tell us nothing, especially me. You couldn't tell me nothing, girl. I wrote it for the whole amount right then and there, and I had it for 2 years, and I usually do cars for 2 years till I get bored. So, yay. So I got a BMW. I just felt like I need to be in something like really expensive because it's just like, why not? You know, so it's like I deserve it. So I had the Jeep for about 2 years, actually 2 years and 1 month, because I got it in October of 2020, and I just got rid of it this October. So this October that just passed, I went and got my BMW. So yeah, so my BMW is beautiful. Like, girl, it is gorgeous. So yes, I love it. But yeah, I earned it. And it was, they gave me a lot for my down payment. Like they gave me almost like 20,000, like 20, yeah, like 20,000. Yeah, it was like about like 19 something, I think, that they gave me on to my next vehicle. So that's why I didn't mind, because it's just like, yeah. So, but yeah, I love my BMW. You can't tell me nothing. you can't tell me nothing. Because I have a Mercedes, and I've had a Mercedes for years. So like that's, because that's all I was gonna get. I was gonna get a Mercedes. But I'm like, well, I've had a Mercedes, you know, I'm like, I've never had a BMW. So it's either gonna be an Audi, no, a Tesla or a BMW. So I went with BMW. And it's an X6, it's a crossover. So it's like both. It's not like I didn't get like a little coupe or anything like that. I have children. So hair flip. Oh no, I ain't gotta like that right now, girl. I ain't gotta like that right now, girl. I ain't even gonna lie, girl. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Instead of paying like, because I know people that's going to get Mercedes and stuff like that, and those are $100,000 vehicles and over, you know, 80,000, 90,000, 70,000, you know, type of vehicle, you know, priced vehicles. And if you're not gonna like pay for it, or like put the bulk down, then I feel like you should go with something, one, that you like. You need to love it. You need to be like obsessed with the vehicle. If you're obsessed with it, then you know you're not gonna get bored with it fast. You know you're gonna take care of it. Like, you know, you're gonna do all those things, right? But it also needs to be something affordable. Affordable. Okay. So this car, with putting my down payment down on it, is super affordable. I was like, okay, well, this is super affordable. Like, because I don't believe, because you never know what the future holds. You know, so just because we're fine right now doesn't mean we'll be fine later. So don't go getting in over your head. So that's what I did. I didn't want to go get in over my head. So but I will tell you this, I only owe 10,000 on it, and it was an expensive car. So at this moment in time, I only owe 10 racks. So I would rather be paying on $10,000 than be paying on like 100,000 or 60, 50, 60, 70, like gross. So by the end of 2024, I will own my car. That's how it's set up. So at 2024, December 2024, I will own it. Like, but I could pay for it. I mean, if I wanted to, you know, I could pay for it faster, but I'm gonna let that little credit build. It's like, why not? They report to all major credit bureaus. So I'm just like, okay, we'll take that little credit. So, but you know, here flip. So, but yeah, I love my BMW. And no, I did not buy it. No, it basically, I mean, with my down payment, because that was a big down payment. I mean, 20 racks onto it, that's big. You know, if you ask me, I mean, that's pretty big. But yay. But yeah, I love my car. I love it. And my kids love it too. They absolutely love it. Hold on, let me, because y'all sending me a lot of stuff. Let me see. Is something happening? Because I feel like the jurors are, we ain't gonna get no verdicts. We'll get a verdict either tomorrow or Tuesday. I don't think it's going to be a fast decision because they've made it already. But I definitely don't think it's going to be quick. Let me see. Y'all send me stuff. What y'all send me? Okay, what's this? Jury asked a better definition of the word willfully and on purpose. Also, y'all look home. I'll show this. This I'll show. This I'll show. So the Neighborhood Talk posted, a jury asked a better definition of the word willfully and on purpose. So earlier we showed the LASC, which is right here. So as y'all can see, this is legit from when I showed you when we first came on, for people going around lying, stating that there had already been a verdict, complete lie. Anybody can keep up with this publicly, this information public from the trial. So we will know when a verdict is in. So, you know, you got all of these people out here that want to be first and they're just loud and wrong. So let me pull this up. So, okay. It says, good afternoon. At 3:50 p.m., the jurors in this case of People versus Daystar Peterson asked the court for a better definition of the word willfully and on purpose. Jurors agreed to wait until tomorrow for a written response from the court. Jurors left at 4 p.m. and will resume deliberations at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So again, I do not think this is going to be quick. It is not just going to be, you know, an overnight thing. There's a lot of components with this case, and I'm glad that it's not quick, because that means that these people the jurors are really considering, you know, what happened. You know, they're not just willing to just, oh yeah, let's all just say it was Tori so we can go home. You know, let's all just say he was guilty so we can leave. You know, or oh, let's say he's all innocent just so we can leave. You know, there's definitely a line being drawn. You could tell there are certain people that are Team Meg, and there are certain people that are Team Tory in the jury. That the line has definitely been drawn, I would say. You think they will rule after Christmas? I think that is extremely possible. I stated that earlier, that I don't think we may get an answer until Tuesday. I think it'll be a closer deliberation being over towards Tuesday, because they're closed Monday for the holidays. So when they come back on Tuesday, I think them having a couple of days to actually sit there and think and, you know, play back a lot of stuff over their heads, them having a little time off, enjoying some time with their family, you know, and stuff like that. I think that I don't know. All it takes is one juror. All it takes is one juror. That's all it takes is one juror for them to have to wait until Christmas, until after Christmas. I don't think that type of stuff is being considered. I don't think people are looking at that. And then again, you have more people on the jury that are older. So like with young people, I think they're more so like, look, we don't care. Look, I want to look. I'm planning on chilling on Christmas with this person. Well, older people, some of them probably have nothing to do. And no, some of them got families, some of them don't. Some of them weren't doing nothing for Christmas. No way. You know, so all it takes is one juror. Like that. That's all it takes. Is one juror. If they're gonna get it over tomorrow, that means all of the, and it's a lot of friction. It sounds in there, having testimonies reread from the defense team and from the prosecution, getting written statements from the court defining certain things, it ain't gonna be, now tomorrow it's possible that they could come out with a verdict. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that they absolutely won't, but I'm saying I would not be surprised if it didn't happen until after Christmas. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. 22 here in Houston. Ooh, 70 degrees. Oh, I wish it was 70 degrees here. 46 in Atlanta. Are y'all really complaining? And it is negative 33 here in Minnesota. I'm gonna need y'all to enjoy that 22 and that 46, girl. It is negative 33 degrees here. And tonight is supposed to be up to, I believe it's supposed to be like negative 20 something, but it's supposed to feel like it's like negative 50. It gets really cold here. Like, I mean, really cold. Really cold. Just here in town, my kids and I, on the way home, we drove past 6 car accidents. 6. Because there are people driving on, because you're driving on pure ice. There is no gravel. Because it's so cold, because the ground is frozen now. So with the ground being frozen, if it's a little warmer out, like 10 degrees or higher, usually like within the 20s, then it melts, the snow faster so that it gets to gravel sooner. But when it gets this cold and it snows, and when the plows come through and they get rid of the snow that stays underneath the plow freezes. So it freezes solid. Yeah. So we're getting a lot of wind today and throughout tomorrow. So it's all this, and it snowed all day yesterday. All day yesterday it snowed. So with all of this wind right now, it's negatives outside, blowing snow everywhere. So it's just crazy. It's crazy. So shout out to y'all and y'all warm weather, because it's what, like negative 33? Because I always go with what it feels like. Because it's like negative, like, what is it? What is it? Like negative 20? Negative 15, negative 20? So, but it always feels 10 times colder than what that actually is. So, like, when we go outside, it's like being, like, refrigerated. That's how it feels. Like, it feels like your organs are, like, freezing. Like you're in a deep freezer, a walk-in deep freezer. And you just, freezing outside. So yeah. So we are, it's supposed to be over tomorrow, the wind and all of that stuff, tomorrow evening. Driving conditions for tomorrow night are impossible. I've never seen it say that on the weather. That's the first time I've ever seen it say that. Our weather conditions, I'm gonna read it to y'all. Let me read it to y'all. I was just like, right here. Winter storm warning. Accumulating snow Wednesday, followed by blizzard and dangerous cold conditions Thursday and Friday. Travel Thursday afternoon through Friday night could be impossible. What? I'm like, impossible. What that mean? So yeah, that's why me and my kids, we went out and got all the stuff that we need just in case we like stuck in the house for like, a couple days. So, but yeah, it's that cold here. It's bad. And they encourage you not to go outside because it's that cold, and you could literally freeze like to death just walking down the street. That's why they'll do like 2-hour delays here for the kids, and it won't be because it's snowing on the roads or bad, it's just because it's that cold outside that your kid could literally freeze with their small bodies, could literally freeze to death just sitting there waiting for the bus. I've had kids that passed, poor kids that have passed away before bus stops. The bus gets there and the kid go through hypothermia, pass out, and just gone because it's so cold outside. Like it gets really bad. That's why this is our last winter. We are moving. Thank God. Thank God. This is our last winter. So all winters I'm going to be where we live at, and then in the summer I'm going to be here, like back here for a few months, and then right as the winter coming, I'm going home, because I'm done. I've too many years I've been here. I'm a friend of the cold, but it's time to go. I'm just over it, and it makes like getting my kids, like I had to take my kids out of school 2 days early because there was a winter storm at the beginning of the week, and now there's another one. So it's like I had to go because if I didn't go and get them I wouldn't have been able to get them because the road conditions right now are horrible. Literally driving on ice, no matter what, highways, freeways, everything ice, so I'm like, no, why it's still gravel out here? Why we still got this good gravel? Let me go get my churn. So I only got them 2 days early because I'm not even willing to risk it because it's dangerous. It is dangerous to drive here. So yeah, it is. It's crazy. Well, I have to get out of here, y'all. I love you all so much. Thank you for all of the super chats and the super stickers and just viewing me. I am from originally Indiana, but I live in Minnesota. So yeah, I have to get out of here. And these churn, I don't know what they're arguing about, but I can hear them arguing. It's so annoying. So, but yes, I love you guys. I have to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me again. You guys are amazing. I love coming and chilling with y'all. We have such a good time. Again, there is no team for me. I will state that Megan said that Tori did it to her, so I'm just gonna believe her. I'm sorry for the Tori supporters that may hate me for saying that I believe Megan, but I do. I'm sorry. I believe her. I do. I believe her, and the testimony from Sean Kelly. Yeah. So I love you guys, and thank you so much for joining me. Until the next show, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay warm. Happy holidays. We will be here over the weekend. So until then, justice for Megan. That's all I got to say. I can't say.